So we are online. Welcome to Cub's Corner, and I give directly to Greg.
Hello and welcome to Cub's Corner Christmas Special with special guests Cat Claw Entertainment and Bazzil Battle Dragon, who just disappeared. Anyway, I'm sure he'll be back. This is our fifth or sixth annual Christmas special, Cub?
I think isn't it the third one or something like that? I'm not sure.
We've been doing it since like 2020, so
and then it's probably.
You keep saying it's the third one. You said it was the third one last year.
We can't count further than 3 in German.
Eins, zwei, drei.
Yeah, eins, zwei, drei. Have you ever heard 4 or something like that? Never.
Never. That's right.
Always stops with 3.
Yeah. So I guess it's always going to be our third annual. There it is. Yeah. It's our third annual.
Third time our third annual.
Ah, Bazzil is back. That's awesome. Okay. So we have a jam-packed episode this time. We've got Christmas shows, that filled Cub's heart with the Grinch-like joy. Yeah. And we have other shows from his favorite studios.
Yeah.
We've got Kraven the Hunter. We've got Mufasa and Sonic 3 and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Greg, I would say you have the list and we go just after your list. Okay?
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll start out with
Greg, are you still there? I can't hear you anymore.
I thought it was just me.
No, I think we lost him.
Greg, say something. Is there again a stupid tornado?
I think a tornado done got him.
Yeah, I think a tornado got him. Just like in Wizard of Oz.
That's right.
Yeah, we need another tornado.
Yeah. Now he's streaming from inside of the tornado.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's the hardcore streamer. Yeah, but without Greg, we can't do anything. He is the only one who has the list. So
we got Mufasa, we got Batman, we got some other stuff out there. What we got?
Yeah, but we can talk about the only movie that he hasn't seen. We can talk about.
Send him a text. Find out where he's
killer.
Now he's back.
He is. There he is.
Yeah.
Greg.
He ran away, man. Like the damn tornado done got him. No, we done got you by a tornado. Your camera's on, bud.
Yeah, I just realized that. I think that's the first time it's ever happened. I was. So they finally got to see me.
No, I think we have seen you before on the stream. It's not the first time.
I couldn't figure out how to get the damn.
Okay, well there you go. I stand corrected.
How to get the damn avatar working.
Yeah, that's sad because you always have it on before.
I know.
Hey, Greg, we were so desperate we wanted to start to talk about even the Doctor Who episode.
All right. You want to start with Doctor Who then?
No, we haven't. We haven't to because you are back.
Okay, so did anybody get a chance to see Wild Robot?
Nope.
No, unfortunately, I didn't get to see that one.
Oh no. So Bazzil, what do you know about Wild Robot? It's an animated movie, right?
Never got to see it.
Oh no. Sadly, neither did I.
That was.
So let's hear about it from Cub. What's the movie about, Cub?
Okay. So first off, this is the best movie on our list. It's also the only good one.
Oh wow!
All the other ones are crap. And I just
damn.
I just put put it on the list because of this reason, by the way, because I normally don't watch animated stuff, and but I've heard so many good things about it, and it performed very well at the box office that they now announced a part 2.
So what's the story about?
It's a story about a robot that is delivered to the customer, but during the delivery, this robot lands on a planet with the other robots. That the package where the robots are in crashes on this planet, and all the other ones kind of get destroyed, and this one is kind of the only one that works from these robots. And this is a robot that is programmed that it does everything the customer wants from him. It's a kind of super modern robot that can learn with AI and things like that, and can it kind of can do everything the customer wants him to do, but it has also strict rules that it can't hurt or harm living things.
Like Asimov's 3 rules of robotics?
Yes, these 3 rules of robotic, you could say, are applied to that robot, but this is a service robot. It is just the first being that it sees. It assumes that this is the new owner, and then the new owner tells the robot what he wants him to do. But this robot crash lands on a planet just full of animals. So there is no owner that can tell him what to do. So this robot, and this is very clever in this movie. That this is a thing that I recognize directly. So this robot has to first learn the language of the animals. And because it's such a modern robot that with AI and things and very intelligent, it learns the animal language. And
wow,
and
I was going to ask you, how does it
Hell
know
yeah.
what its new owner want?
Yeah, and so it
well, that's
gets
actually good writing. We
Yeah,
never
and
have
Yeah.
good writing.
yeah, and during its time on the planet, it accidentally kills a bird and 2 of its eggs. But the 3rd egg, and this is from a duck, but the 3rd egg, it kind of saves, and so the little duck comes out of the 3rd egg, and a fox gives the robot kind of his mission to raise the little duck that it can get ready to fly till summer.
So the fox actually tells him this, and he understands it?
Yes, because as I said, till then it has had learned the animal language because it assumes that these animals are the new owner of
Right.
of him.
I was just making sure that was clear.
Yeah, and but this fox is also a very intelligent written character, because the fox wants to eat the duck because it's his food. But thanks to the situation, it comes to this, that it's like you have to see it. It's not easy to explain. But it comes off
wonderful
in a very natural way, and it's a very sweet movie, and I highly recommend it.
I'm gonna have to see this then.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see the continuation, because, as I said, this is a very good children's movie. It's clearly for little children, but it doesn't have this woke messaging or stupid things like that. Even the robot has a female voice, so it's kind of a female, but still, even with that, it doesn't have this woke messaging, and and this is a kind of an achievement, and it's from a guy who worked at Disney, but got screwed over, and so he just made his own animated movie. It's kind of the same situation like with Don Bluth, if you can remember that. Maybe Greg can remember. Greg? Oh my God! Seems like he kind of disappeared.
It's like a rotation. They keep coming in and out.
I don't know what's going on with the damn phone of mine.
So, Bazzil, maybe you can remember the animated movies back then from Don Bluth. He made Fievel. I think he made Fievel.
Oh, An American Tail.
An American Tail, and also he made Bazzil, the movie that is called like you. Bazzil the Detective. This is also from Don Bluth. The Mouse Detective, or what is it called? If you can remember.
The Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah, it's called Bazzil, the Great Mouse Detective. So probably Bazzil knows that even because it has the same name.
Yeah, probably does. Can y'all guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you again. Greg, can you?
Well, I just continually having issues because I don't know whatever it is. I think I've got it solved.
Greg,
the wind blew wrong.
Greg, you have to go to the center of the tornado because in the middle, everything is fine and clear. I've seen that in so many movies. It has to be true.
My equipment is German, so
That explains it.
Probably should have worked or not. So no, but Greg, can you remember Don Bluth from the 80s, who had who got kind of fucked over by Disney and then decided to make his own animated movies?
Oh yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, which are great, which turned out to be great, and this is the same.
And so he's the same guy behind this new one, Wild Robot?
No, it's the same situation. It's also a guy who worked with Disney, but then because probably he also got fucked over, because everybody gets fucked over when he works with Disney, decided to make his own animated movie. And I guess it's because of the wokenization of Disney that he decided, no, I don't want to make...
You want to bet that they wanted to ruin his story, like they always do. It's like all these Star Wars writers come in and they write a story, and Kathleen Kennedy demands that they put a chick in it and make it gay, according to South Park. But, you know, however you want to put it, wokeification or whatever we use, it's just they want to add political messaging, and people are so tired of that. You know, it's not just us, it's everyone is sick to death of this stuff. And I do think there's a lot of evidence that Disney and these other companies are trying to pull out, but I don't know if they can at this point. I don't trust them.
Yeah, as I said, and this guy, this director, his name is Chris Sanders, and he worked on Disney movies since the 90s. He worked on Bernard and Bianca in Kangaroo Land, or the Rescuers Down Under, it's called. And also he was the animator on Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King.
Oh wow! That's the amazing thing about talking to Cub about these movies and stuff. He's got all this background information. If you watch Cub's original channel, he's got all these great reviews on things, and he'll go back and have the books and other movies and cross-reference by different directors and compare it to these other directors who have similar stories from the 80s. I mean, it's an amazing encyclopedia of knowledge you have there, Cub.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. And he's, by the way, he's the director from Lilo and Stitch also. So he's really, and oh my God, he's also the screenwriter and co-director of How to Train Your Dragon. Oh my God! But
wow.
This is of course the time where he was already broken up with Disney, because I think How to Train Your Dragon is from animation or not, or from another studio, not from animation. It's from Emblem. Wait a second. There is this other animation studio. I'm pretty sure that How You Train Your Dragon is not from Disney. DreamWorks. Yeah, it's from DreamWorks. So he separated apart from Disney a few years ago, and it seems like he worked for DreamWorks. And as I said, now this is what I've heard is his own first really own project on his own, or something like that. The Wild Robot, and yeah. So as I said, I highly recommend that. It's kind of the same situation like with Don Bluth, but in opposite to Don Bluth, this guy seems to have really success, also commercial success, since his separation from Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So much for the Wild Robot, I would say.
Yeah. I do want to see it though, because it sounds really good.
Yeah, it's really entertaining. I really liked it. But
where's
it? What?
Where's it streaming at?
I have no idea. because as you know, I don't watch TV or in any form. I always I just download what I need. So
I just
of course,
keep forgetting.
Yeah, of course, only on legal sites, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So Greg, what's next?
So hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, good. I thought I'd lost audio for a minute. So Kat wasn't able to make it for the Halloween stream, and so we had Terrifier 2 and 3. And Kat, we wanted to ask you about that, and I think Cub watched it just especially so he could discuss it with you. So take it away on Terrifier 2 and 3. You can run the discussion on those two movies, Kat.
Okay. It's been a while since I've watched Terrifier 2. I want to think. I didn't watch that one in the theater. I watched that at home, and I really don't remember much about it. But I did watch Terrifier 3 this year around Halloween. Everybody's different, but I liked it better than the second one. Maybe I have to rewatch the second one. Maybe that's it. But I like the third one better.
If I remember it correctly, the second one is where he got this little girl, this Terrifier girl.
Yeah.
This comes in the second one, and in the third one, the victim from the first one becomes his new partner or something like that.
From what I was reading online, that a little girl you're talking about has possessed the first victim. That's why she's behaving in that manner.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't get that when I watched the movie.
I didn't get that either.
I didn't get it either. I had to read it.
Yeah. Yes, the best movies are those where you have read up the plot, where you don't get it from the movie. That's, of course, always the best ones. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Terrifier series in general. I'm a fan of that this independent guy made it. That's a very cool thing, but his movies are not made for me, clearly, because I'm not a gore fan anyway. And with this Terrifier thing, for me, there is too much fantasy there. Also, with the third part, it seems to try to be another nightmare or something like that. You have so much things like dream sequences and also the lore with this woman here, this demon slayer or whatever with the sword and no, sorry, for me, I don't know. For me, this is just another a nightmare clone, and so it's not really interesting for me. But it's well made. It's very well made.
Yeah.
But still too long in my eyes. Over 2 hours. I think every one of them is over 2 hours long or something like that.
So what makes it a nightmare clone? Does he? You're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street? Is that correct? So
Yes.
he's like coming through the dreams.
No, it's a figure like Freddy. Somebody like Freddy who is able to kill people without consequences, and he himself doesn't get. You can't kill him for reasons.
Well, I mean that could be like Freddy or Jason or I guess any of those 80s unkillable killers that we.
No, you can't compare them with
But I just did.
Jason or Halloween or Michael Myers, because these are serious guys. Michael Myers and Jason are serious guys who first started out not as unkillable. They first were just normal killers with who were stronger than very strong.
Really?
But not unkillable, because even Jason gets. First off, Michael Myers gets shot, even in the first one. And
yeah, he gets shot 6 times with a .357 Magnum and just walks away. That's pretty
he
unkillable.
Just walks away, but in the second one, in the second one he gets killed. In the second one, he gets blow up, and is.
But he's
killed.
back again in the fourth, so he didn't really get killed.
Yeah,
and the third don't count. I know you love the third one, but it sucks.
I love the third one too.
No. Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees.
I hated that song. I can't.
Both get officially killed in the second movie and in the fourth movie. Friday the 13th, part 4, Jason is killed and is dead. And even in part 5, it's not Jason anymore. It's a random guy. And in part 6, they have to resurrect him. So from part 6 on, it becomes a really supernatural series. And yes, I know they seem to be unkillable even before that. But officially, I'm going after the official narrative.
So it's like being technically correct, the best kind of correct.
Yeah, technically they are just normal killers, normal people that you are able to kill.
Okay, y'all can go on with the discussion. I just wanted to clarify that point.
Yeah, but with Nightmare on Elm Street, you have directly from the start a supernatural that kind of can't be killed anyway.
Well,
So
would you not also agree that like Freddy and Art the Clown both have that dark comedy to them?
yes, and also this dark comedy is also a similarity. Because neither Jason nor Michael Myers are cracking jokes, or they don't have any sidekicks who are cracking jokes. Like now in the third one, here is Art the Clown in the third one talking? Or no, I think just his partner here, this woman.
Yeah,
think
I've never heard him talk at all before.
Yeah, and so so this woman is making the talk or whatever, but this is also something that you don't have with Jason and Michael Myers. They don't make jokes or something like that.
We have a chat from Steve Hartshorn, and he has an interesting point. He says the only way to kill Freddy is to forget him entirely. That's why in Freddy versus Jason, they took pills to forget, and the only reason why Freddy didn't is because Jason remembers him. Who didn't die, it's because Jason remembers him. Okay, thanks for your point. What do you think about that, Cub?
Yes, that's why they made the part 6. They made it here Freddy's Final so bad that people would all constantly forget about Freddy.
Well, thanks for a good point there, Steve. We appreciate. Cub never agrees with anybody. That was amazing.
That's true.
That's the first time.
That's the first time he's agreed with any chat that I remember.
Consider yourself privileged.
That's amazing. Thanks, Steve.
Hey, we witnessed a miracle today, huh?
A Christmas
Amen.
miracle. And I think Cub laughed.
Yeah, so as I said, the Terrifier movies, I think they are good. They're okay for what they are. If you are into this stuff, but I'm not into it, so it wouldn't be fair if I would say they are crap because I don't like them. But they aren't crap. They are okay. I didn't mind. I didn't mind them. Okay.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, I'm happy that Cub's not angry.
Yeah.
That is unusual there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and also
Maybe.
I'm the wrong guy to talk about Terrifier series because the guy who really knows about all the Terrifier movies is Jess, and he has even seen the 2 ones before Terrifier, where Terrifier is built up on. Here, these short movies and his appearance in another one before the first one.
Well, Jez, if you're out there,
Steve here.
Jez is always welcome to join the panel.
What you have I have over 40 years of movie watching experience.
Wow.
Bring him on. Steve, where you at, man?
Yeah, but as I said, I'm not the guy, the expert on this franchise, and so I don't know. Is there anything more to say about it?
No, it's got a lot of good gore in it if that's what you're into, which I personally am. Don't think that's all that I get into as far as horror movies. No, not at all. But I do like good gore here and there. So, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and for me, there is not enough story in these movies that really the rules after Art the Clown acts are for me not comprehensible. I have no idea why he has his powers and where are the limitations to his powers, and why he's especially after these guys he kills in the movies, because there is really not an explanation for all that. The things that only just happen because of script, from my point of view.
From what I don't remember where I read it the other day, and I'm gonna have to look into it. So, but I read something somewhere about the 4th one is where they're going to talk about Art's, all about his background.
Yeah, but if I have to read up something, then the movie, that's not the movie for me, because for me the movie has to give me the information, not some website or something like that.
Yeah, that sucks when you got to do that. You're expected to read something or see something else. That's one of the big problems with the Disney movies now, is you're supposed to see all these stupid Disney series and their other movies to be able to watch the next one. It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna
It
put
is.
that much into something like
Yeah,
that.
and also Terrifier wastes so much time with uninteresting crap. It's over 2 hours long.
Oh,
Over 2 hours, 2 hours and 20
Oh, no.
minutes.
Here he goes.
Yeah, but when you have so much time, then
That's our first but.
yeah, but then you can
Another one.
explain. You can
That's a shot every time Cub says but.
then you can then you can explain the story at least, and don't waste it on stupid scenes, your drama or whatever. Who cares?
Drama.
Tell us
Wow.
tell us the reason why these things are happening. I don't want to see here these characters in school or whatever. I don't care for them. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Okay, Greg.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Keep going.
Well, we were kind of having fun. So, Kat, did you get a chance to see Gladiator 2?
No, I did not get a chance to see that one.
Oh, man. So, I'm hoping Bazzil saw it. Right, Bazzil?
Nope, I didn't get a chance to see it. Sad.
Hey,
Okay,
Greg.
well,
Hey,
I
Greg,
saw it.
have you
That was
seen?
one.
Have
I
you
tried to
seen
get
movie?
into it, but of course,
Yeah.
Cub's funky system that he gives us to use does not.
Hey.
Okay,
work.
so
Hey, Greg, have you seen movies with gladiators in it? You're like an airplane.
Gladiator. Yeah.
that's a great
Gladiator one was
airplane
good.
reference. So, yeah, I saw it, and I was see, now, Cub doesn't like the first Gladiator movie. And
I
it's got all
hate
kinds
it.
of
I
Right.
went out of it. It was one of the 3 movies where I didn't finish. I went after 5 minutes. I went
Yeah,
out of the
so-
cinema.
So it's really hard to anyway, I mean, if you didn't watch the movie, how can you know why it's so bad?
Yeah. Steve said he didn't see it either, but it's not for him.
No, I have watched it. I have watched it on video afterwards.
Oh no, video. You had to see it in the theater to really appreciate it, Cub.
No, I watched. I walked out.
No.
You must see it in the movie theater. What's wrong with you?
Anyway,
No,
We're going
I
to
no,
send the tornado down to you.
I
I
walked.
thought-
I
I
walked
thought-
out. I walked out of the movie back then after 5 minutes. At the first 5 minutes, I walked out of it and then went into the next room and watched Galaxy Quest a second time in the cinema. That's be-
What the hell
And
is
the
that?
thing is, Cub didn't pay for either movie. He just snuck in.
Damn.
Oh,
No, I
I'm on
paid
your
for
code.
Gladiator, but I
clicked.
watched instead. I
We're gonna have
watched
to report you, Cub.
Galaxy Quest a second time.
we're going to
Well,
have to report
anytime I watch a movie made by Disney, I just pay for a different movie and walk into it. So I know how you feel. Anyway, I was trying to say I actually did like parts of while there are a lot of problems with the original Gladiator, there was some good stuff in that movie that there's not in Gladiator 2. And only someone who appreciated anything from the first one would know about that. So it's a good thing I saw it. One of the things I noticed, if before Cub walked out, you got to at least see the original battle scenes in the first movie, right, Cub? At the
I
theater.
have seen the first movie
first movie was
afterwards on video.
I know you saw it, but I mean the battle scenes in the theater. When the Romans are doing battle with a barbarian tribe.
I saw it on my super big TV at home. So what?
Damn.
Cub has a 32-inch TV that you love to watch.
It's bigger
No,
than that. It's
No, I had back then a very huge TV. So for me, it was
Wow.
kind of
How big
similar
was this TV? Now I'm interested in the Cubs TV.
Yeah, what kind of TV do you have? What size do you have?
Well, back then, for the year 2000, it was
Oh.
big enough. So,
Big enough.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, cough it up, man. Fess
So
up.
back to the movie, which I was trying to make a point. The Romans battling the tribes or whatever, they show discipline. There's excellent battle scenes at the beginning of Gladiator, the original movie. The second movie, they have battle scenes, but there's no discipline. There's no art to it. The Romans were a relentless military fighting machine, and you saw that in the first Gladiator, and that's what hooked me into the movie. Even though I really, there's Cub can give you a long list of all the problems, but you compare the acting of the first Gladiator movie to the acting and writing in this one, the things that people do make no sense. At least in the first one, the freaking emperor had some sort of a arc. You understood something about what he's doing. The emperor in the second one, nothing makes sense.
yeah, and also it's much better shot. The first one,
Right,
much better edited.
the acting, the cinematography, even though it's got all the problems that Cub will tell you about.
And don't forget the soundtrack. The first one had a real soundtrack. The second one, I can't remember anything from the soundtrack.
So I'm not going to go into the story and stuff because it's so bad. It's ridiculously bad. It's not worth talking about. But the first one was bad, but it was so much better than the second one. What I'm saying, if you're a fan of the first one, like I am, you're not going to like this second one. Now, Cub, he doesn't like the first one, so it makes sense that he wouldn't like the second one. But I liked it, and Bazzil, when he finally ever gets to see the damn thing, is going to hate it as well.
Yes, but the thing is,
I have to admit, the first one was great. But the second one, I haven't been able to see it. Where can I find it? I mean, I've looked at the list that he gave us, but it was not.
Yeah, but
you can look at the list all day, but it ain't gonna, start showing a movie.
The thing is that we have now this year we got two continuations, part twos that where the fans of the first one got disappointed. Where the new people got disappointed, who weren't the fans of the first one or who never saw the first one, and also the fans.
Like the Joker movie.
Yeah,
it's
like
a
the
similar
Joker
thing.
movie. It's a similar thing. Of course, the Joker is even worse, a worse disappointment, but it's kind of a similar thing.
Yeah, so that was kind of my warning that people who like the first one are not going to like this one, unless you're a fan of, getting a nap.
yeah, and also let's talk about the casting. In this
the casting was horrible.
There was nobody.
There's
zero.
no actor.
No, just Denzel Washington, and he was completely miscast.
That was his worst performance ever, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was, but he was also horribly miscast. He stuck out with all these white Romans or whatever, or partially diverse, but he really stuck out. It was really kind of bizarre, and also I don't know if he would if they would have elected him to emperor, because I've never heard of a black emperor in Rome. Sorry,
they definitely wouldn't have. That's why. You remember they just did a movie about Cleopatra. I think it was Amazon Studios or something, and the government of Egypt protested that Cleopatra wasn't black. They cast a black woman, and they said that was offensive because that's not historical, and they didn't like them changing history.
Yeah,
and that's the Egyptian people themselves, and it doesn't matter to these crazy people. They don't want real history, and that's offensive to me.
It is.
Yeah, and also it's really sad. It's sad to see how somebody like Ridley Scott really destroys his legacy. Because even if I think Gladiator, the first one, is the biggest crap pile of shit ever put on screen, most people he could fool with it. He got even 5 Oscars for this stupid shit.
Right?
And if I would have made such a clue and got away with it, like Ridley Scott, that people confuse him for great director because of Gladiator, then I would never ever even have greenlit a part 2 to destroy my crime. Because now we see that he's really only a hack. He's a complete hack. It's the same with Joker 2. I said back then when the first Joker came out, I hate this movie. I think that the director is a hack. I never could stand anything that he made, like this hangover movies and whatever. And for me, he was a total fraud. And now we see with Joker 2, I was completely right.
You weren't completely right. Joker 1 was a good movie made by a hack, but even a hack can turn out, even a broke clock is right twice a day, Cub.
Yeah, a hack who hates you, Greg.
Hell, everybody hates me. I'm from Texas.
Who hates the fans of the first one? Who hates them passionately that he made it on purpose. He made the second one on purpose as a fuck you to the fans of the first.
I totally agree. But I'm just saying, I don't agree with you that the first movie was total trash. Because me and Kathy liked it. And it showed something. It was even surprising for you and Jez and the other Europeans. When we talked about the healthcare system in America, you were unaware of how bad it was for us here. And at least talking about that movie gave me a chance to mention it. Of course, I was immediately shut down because you're not allowed to talk about that.
Greg, but if you can remember, I thought back then when we talked about it that he used this healthcare thing. He put it into the movie just for the effect and not because he really wanted to show what is going on.
He absolutely
in the US.
did. You're right. You're absolutely right. He did not want to show that, and the fact that it hit a chord because they're just the white people in America. There's an underclass that has no health care, and you're not allowed to talk about them because they're not a minority or something. So the fact that if you remember, the media got all over the first Joker because of that, and they tried to suppress it, and the more they did that, the more popular it got as a reaction against this suppression. It's not about race. It's just you're not allowed to show a white person being discriminated against like he was because that doesn't fit the narrative of what they're trying to say. So this director heard from it from his little buddies, and he's like, okay, I'll make the worst thing ever, just as Cub is saying, as a FU to the people who got a tiny little light shined on a problem that's not allowed to be talked about. So to me, it was an important issue. It needed to be talked about. And of course, it's not talked about. It's suppressed.
Yeah. And the funny thing was back then, I don't normally never agree with the mainstream media. And I hated the movie for completely different reasons than the mainstream media.
You hate almost everything.
No, but
always for different reasons.
No, but if you ask Jess, who thought the movie was mediocre, it was kind of okay in the middle. He didn't think that it was a great movie because
he didn't like it at all because he didn't think it was part of the Batman thing. I didn't care about Batman.
No. Just thought it was competent made movie. But
it bothered him. It bothered him that it carried on with the Batman legacy or something. He had a long, complicated point. I can't remember.
Yeah, but what I want to say is, we both, Jess and we saw the opportunities in the movie that were not taken. Because as you said, with these medical problems and so on, if the first Joker really wanted to show what was going on in the US, they wouldn't had stupid scenes in it like that the Joker gets beaten up Wall Street guys or in the subway or something like that.
Yeah, that was so ridiculous. You know, Wall Street people commit most of the violence in New York City.
Yeah, especially in the subways. Yeah, and because of scenes like that, we directly had the feeling that this is a hack. This director that he just puts the scenes in it just for show and not really because of the art or something like that. Also, don't forget it was kind of a copy of King of Comedy, and there had even Robert De Niro in it. So yeah, and oh yeah, let's don't forget about Robert De Niro, who showed that he's this asshole in real life. He's not just
He really
playing
is.
it.
I mean, he really is.
Oh my god.
I mean, Cub
he's
gets
so-
down on a lot of these actors, but this guy, he's a loon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he already left the country because Trump won?
No, I don't think he's going anywhere.
But why not? Why not? You are now facing this dictatorship under Trump. He should leave as quick as he can, or not?
No, yeah, definitely. If he's a man of his word, you know, he should go.
Yeah, because that's his exact words. He said when Trump comes in power, then you get here a dictatorship, and he will never ever give this power up again, like he didn't do from 2016 to 2020. Can you remember when he also stayed in power after he lost? And I put this in quotes because he won, but he got cheated from his victory.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Yeah, but Greg, the thing is, this stupid fuck here, Robert De Niro.
Remember, you're in Germany, and y'all got no free speech.
No, he says stupid thing like that Trump will never ever leave the power, and he showed us already. Trump showed us already in 2020 that he is able to leave the power, and he had every right to stay in power because he won back then.
That's true.
But what did he do? He stuck to the law and didn't claim that it was his victory.
Right,
So,
and they tried to assassinate him. Several times.
Yeah,
And all this other stuff. It's
Yeah.
the most amazing political story we've had. I compare him to Teddy Roosevelt. You know, and Teddy Roosevelt also, they tried to, he was shot during a speech, just like Trump. And also he gave us so many great things, like the National Park Service. He cut the working hours to 40 hours a week. He got rid of child labor.
Child labor.
And he did so many other things. Just little things like the Panama Canal. You know, when he did the Panama Canal, he included a little thing that dredged the port of Houston, and Houston hit oil like that same year, and it's what caused Houston to become what it was. So Teddy Roosevelt and this little it's just amazing how the small things in history all click together.
Yeah, but Greg, if you would ask
Donald
the
Trump
people,
has
in
an
Panama,
opportunity here,
they are not fans of Teddy Roosevelt, I guess, because because the Panama Canal get under the control of the U.S. Do you think this is a good thing for anybody besides the U.S.?
It's under
No,
control of
probably not.
Panama right now. Trump is
We
thinking about
don't
trying to get
control the Panama Canal.
No, it's
really?
controlled by Panama.
Oh,
Trump
really?
is talking about wanting to get it back under U.S. control, and Panama and Mexico are against it.
I think
Or
that's just Trump trolling. He loves to troll. You see, he's already hooked Cub. Cub is concerned about the Panama Canal. Nothing's going to happen to the Panama Canal, Cub.
Yeah,
Your
let's
Panama
hope so.
Canal, Cub's Panama Canal stock is safe. He invested
Hey,
everything in it.
you started that. Hey,
That's why he's so scared of Trump.
I didn't
Oh
start
my
that.
God, that's funny.
Greg, to cite one of your stupid musicians, I didn't start the fire. You started the Panama Canal discussion.
Did I? You're going to have to check the tape on that. I don't remember that. I thought I was responding to you.
No, you said Teddy Roosevelt is this hero because
Oh yeah, I was
he got
talking
He
about.
was a great president.
I was mentioning the part of the Panama Canal bill was to dredge out the port of Houston, and it caused the city of Houston to flourish into one of the biggest cities in the world. I wasn't talking about the Panama Canal. I was talking about the Panama Canal bill that Teddy pushed through. Had one little thing in it that changed the whole my area, my city. It changed everything, and of
Yeah.
course it got stomped under by your ridiculous concern for the Panama Canal.
Yeah, and no, but
Doug was extremely worried about that.
but if profit goes on the backs of other countries and other people, then it's not good. And since I'm
Well,
from
there's a lot of
another
things that aren't
country,
good.
and I'm one of these other people, especially in the Middle East, who had to suffer under U.S.
Your Panama Canal stock
regimes
dropped, I know.
since 100 years. We have to suffer under U.S. regime,
Okay.
and also now in this second, we get slaughtered in Gaza because of American politics.
We're not getting slaughtered in Gaza. What the hell are you talking about?
Cute.
Okay,
Relax.
let's move on.
Hey, I understand. We don't mean to laugh at.
I was gonna throw it, so you know me. I'm always gonna throw it.
Yeah. So
Sorry
Hey,
about
Steve.
that. But
Steve,
look, that comes down to World War I and II. If the Germans had won the World Wars, y'all are the ones who would be stomping on our backs.
yeah, but if the U.S.
that's
would
a
cut the support to Israel, then my family wouldn't be slaughtered in this moment in West Jordan land and Gaza. Then my relatives wouldn't get killed in this.
Yeah, I'm not for Israel's bad policies, and we shouldn't support bad stuff.
Yes, and you should cut the support to Israel in this moment. And
well, he might. I don't know. Who do you mean? Trump?
Well, what's next on the list?
Trump isn't in office yet. How can he cut stuff this moment?
He's not in until January.
Yeah, I know. But
you said this moment, Cub. You said this moment he should do it. He can't.
Yeah,
You're impatient, Cub.
I mean the U.S. government should cut the.
Well,
the
the only one that can do that is sleazy Joe Biden, and he's too senile to do it.
You notice that we're not in control of the U.S. government. Have you not noticed that, Cub? So complaining to us isn't going to do any good.
No, I'm not complaining to you, but I'm just reminding
you
that.
Let's move on to the next movie so we can keep going.
No, but
you're losing viewers. Come on, Cub.
Oh no.
Yeah. Whatever.
Seriously.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on. What's the next one?
Okay. All right. Let's pick something that everybody got to see. How about Krampus, the Christmas movie?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
That was a weird movie.
Okay, so I saw Krampus. This is a Christmas movie from 2015. That's why it's put into the stream, because this is a Christmas stream, believe it or not. And so I thought it was a pretty good movie. You had the acting was pretty good. It's a monster movie, a Christmas monster movie. And what did you think about the movie Cat?
I liked it. What's that lady's name that was in the Drew Carey show that's in this movie we're talking about?
Oh, the one who plays his sister with the baby?
Yeah.
I can't. I know who you mean. I can't think.
That was
she in Misery too? Cub would know.
I don't
you
think
saw
she
this
was...
movie, right, Cub?
I can't remember because I've seen Krampus in 2015 when it came out, and I didn't like it back then when it came out. I thought it was kind of stupid, but also I don't know the original story of Krampus, and I don't like these variations of the Santa Claus story in general. When you have in general these variations of it, then I'm not a fan of that in general.
The overall myth of Krampus is he is an evil creature that will come and kidnap children who are naughty during the Christmas holidays. Now, depending on the severity of naughty, that defines different things and what happens to them. Overall, if they were just naughty and not too bad, he would spank them with a birch and then send them back. Send them back into the reality. If they were very bad, he would take them down into hell.
Yep.
And they would stay
Yeah,
there forever.
but
That's
who
the
was
myth.
who was naughty in Krampus? Did they deserve that in the movie? This family that they got this visit.
Well, they had let the Christmas spirit die,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's
and it was the letter that the kid wrote. Remember,
Yeah.
Krampus actually delivered the letter. You probably don't remember. It's been 10 years for you, but we've seen it recently. I just watched it again because I try to refresh myself for movies for the stream, so that's helpful. So
yeah, but
anyway,
I can remember the kid that wrote the letter.
yeah,
And,
I know. That's why I was trying to explain it to you. So the kid wrote the letter, and remember, his grandmother was from, I think, Germany, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
this is a European monster, and so yes, it's a wild overreaction, but that's the point. The Christmas spirit had died with all of the family. You could tell it, and
yeah,
it's a terrible thing, but it's a monster.
and that's the thing what I didn't like with the movie. I can remember. I thought it was an overreaction. I thought it was kind of like
Oh, it's a
Gremlins.
wild overreaction,
Yeah.
and not just them. What about all the people around them who got killed? The delivery people, the guy in the snow plow.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it reminded me a little bit of Gremlins back then
Krampus was evil, that's for sure.
when I saw it, and now I was a little bit confused if Krampus, as you said, Bazzil, was he just evil, or was he defending the Christmas spirit or whatever? But why should an evil guy do that? Why
Didn't
should
all
an
this
evil
really?
guy? Why should
why
an
does
evil
evil do
guy
anything?
care about the
That's in
Christmas
nature.
spirit? If you understand what I mean, Greg. For me, this didn't make any sense.
he's not defending the Christmas spirit. If you remember, they said he's there to punish.
Yeah.
So he's punishing. Apparently, it
Anybody
came
that
to the
was-
level. If he's attracted to the area, then you're going to get punished. And if you notice at the end of the movie, all of them are celebrating Christmas, but they're trapped forever on Christmas morning in a snow globe in his house.
Yeah.
They're all, and it
Yeah.
shows an endless number of snow globes.
Yeah.
Now that brings up another point in another movie, which we'll discuss.
Yeah, but this is just the thing. I need rules and structure and things like that also make sense. And
You're German.
These, yeah, this overreaction.
Expected.
No, but if you have something,
That's a no but. I don't know if I've ever heard a no but.
When I watched
That's a new one.
Krampus back then, I really thought this would be something like Gremlins. It would be
a fun, happy lark movie. No, Christmas, violating the Christmas spirit's a serious thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever. And
there's one
more. It's worse than Santa Claus bringing a lump of coal.
There's one more point I want to make. We know that Krampus is European. We know that Cub is never available on Christmas. We've never seen Krampus. We've never seen Krampus and Cub in the same room. I'm not saying
I think there's a correlation there too. I really do think they're related.
I'm not saying Cub is Krampus, but maybe one of Krampus' underlings.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
I would punish people if they break the rules. So maybe I am like Krampus.
Okay, so I want to throw one in here that Cub. I think Cub refused to watch it. Well, Cub is refusing to watch most series nowadays, but the Day of the Jackal series. Now, Day of the Jackal, the original movie from the 70s, is one of my favorite movies, and The
Yes.
remake is one of my least favorite movies.
It's crap. I
so
know
bad.
both of them.
But I'll tell you this: that frickin' remake is way better than this Day of the Jackal series.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the star. It's got. Okay, so the Jackal in this case, the Jackal in the both movies, he was an isolated figure because you can't have other people. In the series, he's married, and his wife finds out who he is, and she's got. I mean, he's such he's whipped. You know what I mean? By his wife, which is the total opposite of what this stone cold assassin should be. Not only that, they've got who's that British woman who's the new 007 in the latest movie?
Oh my God! Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You mean the friend of Captain Marvel?
Oh my God, it's her, and she gets
Yeah.
most of the screen time. And she's this horrible British detective. Instead of using the French guy from the first one, they go with this British chick, and I can't understand half of what she says. As the Yankees say, she talks like she's got marbles in her mouth.
So it's again a diverse couple, again a mixed race couple or something.
Oh my
like
God,
that.
she false imprisons people. She tortures people. I mean, regularly. She murders people, and she's constantly praised and promoted for it.
But the genius of the first Jackal, the original one, is when you get that the victim is supposed to be the woman of Mitterrand here of the French prime minister. He was not the object of the Jackal. The Jackal was supposed to kill his wife, and this is also a thing that
in the first movie they were going to kill the French president. What was his name? The big tall guy from World War II.
Yeah, Mitterrand or not?
Mitterrand. That's not him.
Oh,
not Mitterrand.
Wasn't it Mitterrand? I thought it was Mitterrand, but the guy before him, De Gaulle.
De Gaulle. That's who they were trying to kill, right? De Gaulle.
Yeah, and I think he wasn't.
And that's a true story. They did have problems with to let people know a little history. The French had a colony.
Yes. Wait a second.
Algeria.
Was he the supposed to be killed, or was it his wife?
It was him. Yeah, it was definitely him. Because I remember when he finally takes the shot, De Gaulle bends over to kiss a French war veteran, and when he ducks down, that's why he misses. And it was De Gaulle. De Gaulle's very tall.
So in the remake, it was the wife of the president.
Yeah, the remake's terrible. You should put that stuff out of your mind. It's poisoning your mind.
I know, Bruce Willis.
Right? But that as you would say, that's Citizen Kane compared to this awful series, which is actually doing pretty good. The series has some beautiful cinematography. We have this coming up again and again, where you have a well-shot movie. You've got the guy who plays the Jackal. He does a good job, but he's put in this ridiculous. Let's just take one little thing. It's supposed to be a shot that's like the longest shot ever, miles of, and he supposedly does it with a break-apart rifle, which is freaking ridiculous. And not only that, it's a rifle that in the first one, he's using little 22-sized rounds with explosive heads. And that's because, he's got a break-apart rifle with very thin walls, and you can't have any kind of real compression. Well, if you're firing miles away, you cannot break apart that rifle. It won't work. They even mentioned that. And that, he came up with a solution. It's only got so many shots. No, it's ridiculous. Physics says it won't work. You're an idiot if you believe this stupid shit will work. So everything they say is based on lies and idiocy.
So it fits in our times, in the modern times.
Yeah. Got that
Yeah,
right.
so I wanted to warn people against the. It's like at the end of Soylent Green, you know. Tell the people. Tell the
I was just talking
people.
about that movie the other day.
No, but I didn't watch it because I couldn't stand the remake already. I thought it was stupid, and so when I saw that they made a TV series nowadays, I knew exactly it will be woke, diverse shit anyway, and didn't care for it.
Now, I did ask you to watch a little bit of it so you'd be able to discuss it, but
No,
you,
I
he
can't
said
remember
no.
that. Have you any proof for that?
Okay, just so it's on the record. It
No,
might come up again.
you don't have any witnesses for that.
But you
They
just
all
admitted
died.
it.
They all died mysteriously.
Everyone here's a witness. You just admitted it, Cub.
I heard it.
There you go. Okay, so that I knew nobody had had a chance to see it or wanted to see it, but I did watch it, and I just wanted to warn people against it.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for the warning.
Okay, so here's one that I know. Did you get a chance to see The Killer, Cat?
Yes.
Okay, so Cat has seen it, Bazzil's seen it, I've seen it, and Cub has seen it. We've got 4 for 4. Let's talk about John Woo's The Killer. Who wants to start out?
I'll do it. Yeah,
Okay.
overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie. A lot of action packed for sure. Yeah, one thing I have to say, the chick is unrealistic. She is an unwilling killer, so to speak. You might call her that. She was hired as an assassin. She does her job to an extent, and she comes across one person where she's supposed to kill, and she can't do it. She's supposed to kill another chick who's supposedly blind, but is not blind. And the fact that she's in this club and she's packing a samurai sword, that's another thing that's unrealistic. She's concealing a samurai sword in her clothes somehow, and she's patted down, and the idiot that pats her down doesn't see it. He doesn't notice it. She's got it concealed in a strap, the back strap of her dress. And then she pulls it out while she's dancing. She seemingly puts it together, and then she, whacks him up, cuts him in half, essentially, with the sword. That was unrealistic.
Yeah.
And then she turns around and is able to mysteriously, kill everybody in the club by grabbing his gun and shooting the other bad guys. And then one of the guys gets taken out. Glass splashes in the girl's eyes somehow, and she falls back and she hits her head on the table, and that's what makes her blind. Well, so throughout most of the movie, she's supposedly blind, and then she goes into the hospital to supposedly kill her. She injects some kind of a poison in her IV. Then she pussies out on it, and she didn't do it.
Yep.
She pulls the IV out while the French dude is interrogating her.
Yeah. By the way, did anyone from you got that the killer? What's the killer familiar to you? Has anyone seen the original Killer from 1989?
I
Also
know
from-
I have, but it's been years and years.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
it being a hell of a lot better movie than this one.
Yes, because it's also from John Woo. It's a Hong
Yeah.
Kong movie, and it's also called The Killer. And the difference between that movie and this new remake whatsoever is that The Killer is a guy in the other one, and also it's about the friendship between him and the policeman.
Yeah.
And also about kind of love relationship between him and the victim that got blinded. And these two elements
was kind of lame, really.
Yes, and these two elements, they are missing from this remake.
Mm-hmm.
Again, she's supposed to be the stone cold killer from the street, and she just gives up on this killing this woman. I don't know. I didn't believe the acting in that moment.
Yeah, she found some kind of affection with this chick. She didn't want to do it.
Yeah, because it reminded her on her little drug sister or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's just saying I didn't believe the acting. She's not a great actress. And when in some of the scenes where like she's getting shot at and she's using a body to block the bullets, guess what?
That was
the body won't block those bullets. She should have been dead.
That bullet's going to go right through you.
And another thing, if you're slowly assembling a sword in front of me, I'm going to see that. And if it had been me or Bazzil in that room, I'd only need one shot. Right, one shot. That's point blank range. I can't freaking miss at that range. None of these people should have missed at that range. So she might kill several. She might kill one or two in a surprise move, but she's going to be dead. You can't. The stuff she's hiding behind won't stop bullets. So
I have to disagree with the idea of a fight scene in the church. You know, that was me.
Well, did you catch?
Sacrilege.
Well, did you catch that they said it was a non-consecrated church? It had been deconsecrated. So for me, that means it's just a building, Bazzil.
Yeah, and also, did you get that this movie again tries to be another John Wick or like The Beekeeper, where you have an organization in the background, an evil organization, but that seems not to be evil.
Oh yeah, the French French policemen's. They mentioned how France sells a lot of arms, which is very true. They're a big arms dealer as a nation. And they do buy oil, but I maybe that gives them a little break on the price. That's probably true. I mean, you can't just
but I mean the plot line here with the organization where the killer is working for is not the typical crime organization, but it sees itself as an organization that tries to keep the balance. So we have again another beekeeper situation or John Wick situation.
Yeah, I didn't. I heard him say that, but I didn't process.
I missed that part.
No, that's the reason. Also, one of the reasons why she saved him, why she saved the policeman.
To keep the balance.
Yeah, because she was on this tour to keep the balance for this organization that keeps the balance, and that's why she shot.
That came out around the same time. I wonder if they stole the idea.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but this is again another movie that tries to be John Wick.
But overall, I thought John Woo, the cinematography, the action scenes. If you throw away the fact that a woman and of course they have two other women coming after, and all the guys are just easily defeated.
Yeah, kind of stupid.
It's just we've seen that so many times.
Yeah, that was lame.
It gets old.
Overall, it was a good movie, though.
But still, I did not hate the movie. The movie was watchable, and it was okay. I had to set aside. I had to set aside my problems with it, but I'm able to do that at times. And in this case, it's not as good as the other. And man, I could list a whole bunch of problems. But
it's
okay.
just
this comes back to what I said.
It's a good popcorn movie.
It's just a watered down version of a much better movie.
We haven't heard
you have to set aside the emotions of you hate this actor, you hate that actor, and just enjoy the movie itself.
Cub can't
enjoy
do
the
that.
action movie, because I mean, sometimes these actors just suck. They really do. Like this chick, she sucked. But
well, the actors can't help the writing sometimes. Sometimes they can because
but the thing is, this is only a watered down woke version of a much superior, much better thought out movie, The Killer from 1989, and so it shouldn't exist. It's a waste of time. Why should I waste my time with the same story told in a worse way? For me, this is just a waste of time. Sorry.
Yeah. Steve feels like the Beekeeper movie should have had more depth in it. What do you think?
Maybe.
That's what Steve said.
Ironically, the Beekeeper movie is about Hunter Biden.
Yeah,
and
I know.
And Joe Biden ends up pardoning him for 11 years worth of anything. If he was a mass murderer during that time, he's clear. He's good.
Which he was, by the way.
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah, but let's see how many other mass murderers he gives.
He did like 3,500, or something. I don't know.
35 out of 40. 35 out of 40 on death row.
He's got a special 1995 for a pardon.
I have heard they have a printing machine that runs day and night and gives thousands of these paroles or what you give, and he has just to pardons, and he is signing them day and night. They keep him alive here with machines that he can sign these pardons day and night till the 20th of January.
They've got a rubber stamp. They've got a rubber stamp that's got his signature, and they just stamp it.
Yeah, they just stamp it. Oh, and don't forget Fauci. Oh, and don't forget this guy. Oh, and don't forget the whole Democratic Party.
They need to do that.
I think some of these.
It's awesome.
There is a chance now. This latest one he did with his son won't stand because there's a judge still, trying to hold him accountable.
Presidential pardons, absolutely.
Yeah, but what I don't understand, Greg, if this works, why didn't Hitler and his bunch of criminals just pardon themselves shortly before the war ended?
Because the United States wouldn't have recognized the pardon, and the Soviets would have executed him anyway.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And we also shouldn't recognize these pardons of these highly criminal people like mass murderers like Fauci and so on.
You're Germany.
He's right, too.
You're Germany. You don't have to recognize our pardons. You can come over here and take him away.
No, we are the 51st state of the United States, as you know.
No,
we
have
to. But every other country
our economy sucks.
Oh, you can have him.
Yeah.
We don't need any more
Biden.
states. We don't need more states, man.
No, but
you can have the Biden clan. You can have the Clinton clan. We don't care.
No, but I'm
curious. And the Obama clan too. Take them all away.
I'm curious when it comes to working on this corona fraud and COVID-19 and so on, and we get to these mass murderers like Fauci and Drosten and so on. If any pardon can save them, because we need something like the Nuremberg process for them. Because these are criminals that they have killed millions of people. Sorry, they can't get pardoned in any way.
Well, that may happen. That's an interesting concept. I've never heard you bring that up.
Yeah, but it's true or not? If Fauci gets away because he gets pardoned, or Biden or all these other criminals, that would be horrible. That would be the same thing as
I guess they can hide
the Nazis. If the Nazis would have got away, it would be the same thing.
Right. I agree. If they're guilty, they should be held accountable, and they shouldn't be able to get away because, the Democratic Party is shielding them with these fake pardons. I mean, they're real pardons. But they don't have international standing. These are only pardons from federal law. That people can still be prosecuted for state violations. So that's what they should go after some of these people for. It's like in Germany, you've got your European Union, and then you've got your individual states, which are like Germany, which used to be its own nation. But Texas used to be its own nation, and we're part of the union. They don't let you out either. Once you're in, they'll come burn your cities. If you try to get away, they'll come burn your cities.
Yeah, but we are under occupation. We are under occupation since 1945.
We've been occupied since 1865. So there.
There he is. Hey, he made it back.
Bazzil's back. Hey, so we didn't get to hear what the cat thought about the movie, did we? Did you get to say anything?
What movie are we talking about?
The Killer? The Woo movie?
Oh yeah, remember I said that I didn't think it was as good as the original.
Okay, and that's all you got?
Basically, we've covered most of that, actually.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, the
I
movie
just
is
wanted to make
stupid.
sure everybody got a chance to speak.
Yeah, and also I just want to make sure that we don't forget to say to talk about the diversity in the new killer, which is just embarrassing. It's
It really is.
embarrassing. I can't stand it. Why the policeman has to be a black guy? In the original, it was John Fatt or here this very very cool actor, Cho Jan Fatt is his name.
Chow Yun Fat, yeah.
And this is so disrespectful to him to change his race.
Well, did you notice all the white men in the movie are bad people, including his partner?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, all the and I couldn't stand this guy. By the way, the first time I saw him on screen, I thought, this is an unsympathetic guy. He has not this
kind of arrogant
or whatever to sell.
He doesn't even seem like he's acting in the scene. It seems like he's just hanging out on the set. It's hard to explain, but I don't believe him as an actor. And if you don't believe somebody as an actor, it's like the woman from The Day of the Jackal. Everything she's in, I don't believe her as an actress. She just comes across as this arrogant, know-it-all person who everything is written for her to be perfect.
Yeah,
and she's not. She's clearly, not.
Yeah, and the same goes with this guy. He also everything.
Right, that's what I was saying.
He's supposed
it reminds me of her.
Supposed to act cool, but he just can act cool if the other ones, the other people, act stupid.
Yeah.
Just if they act stupid, then he can appear as slightly cooler as them.
It's the same kind of writing where they can't have women just be good on their own. They got to make sure the men around them are all lame so that they look better. And that's a terrible way to write a movie. I can't explain it.
And also you have
because it actually degrades from the original purpose anyway.
Yeah, and also you have another race situation where this killer woman, she defeats easily the guy who trained her. The guy who found her on the street and trained her, but she can defeat him easily. For no good reason, by the way. They never told us the reason when she became better than him.
Right?
We need at least an explanation for that. Or why is she so much superior than the other ones?
And the way he kind of betrayed her didn't make any sense. Why does he care? He's got all these other killers. Why demand that she kill this woman? She's his best killer. So if she didn't choose to do that one person, why not just send one of these other people and not mention it to her? Because by mentioning it to her, now you've created this thing where you've got the worst assassin in the world who knows everything about you coming after you because you're demanding that they kill everyone you say and there can't be anyone. She's already said she has a code of honor. So it makes no sense that he would act like she didn't. What I'm saying is the writing doesn't hold together.
Yeah, and also her hiding out place doesn't make any sense because she first off, she's kind of introduced as this shadowy person that never ever anybody has seen, but they have shots here, photos and so on from her from every time when she goes to this shop, for example. Because it's no secret that everywhere cameras in these big cities. This is not a new invention, and so she's so stupid and goes every time in the same shop to get what she wants, and she's supposed to be that nobody has ever seen her. Why?
That got to me too, because if you're going to evade people anyway, you're not going to go to the same place twice.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an assassin, who right?
Yeah, you're going to always be changing where you go, when you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't want somebody to find a pattern.
I already talked about this movie 2 days ago on my German live stream, and I mentioned I mentioned that the best thing you can watch is the Leon. If you really want to see the life of a real killer or whatever, how shitty this life is. He constantly has to hide, constantly has to change places, can't have anything regular, like this plant. This plant was the only thing that he kept always with him when he changed places, but besides that, nothing else. And he had
Well, it's like we were
constantly
saying in Day of the Jackal. He can't have a wife. He can't have, this house, but he does. And he keeps going back to her, and everything that made sense about the original movie, they throw away in the exact same kind of thing you're talking about, because you couldn't have that.
They make the cake and want to eat it too. That's, I think you say it like
Right?
that.
Yeah.
They want both things. They want this super duper killer guy, super secret whatsoever, called the Shadow or whatever, the Shadow of Death or whatever. But on the other side, she's supposed to be this normal woman, very cool, very easy, just going shopping like everybody else. Everything is fine. She goes in and out on the streets like nothing at all. You can't have it both ways. It doesn't make sense.
I missed some of the chats from Steve. Sorry about that. He has over 40 years of movie watching experience. So do I. Never seen it. He agrees with something. Gladiator was a good movie. Yeah, so Steve has good taste. Okay. Let's see. Shooting like stormtroopers. LOL. I don't know what that refers to, but Cat does.
Yeah, the killer.
The Beekeeper movie should have had more depth in it. Well, there you go. And and he retracted some messages that were probably jokes about Cub. I'm assuming those are jokes about Cub, and he felt bad, and he retracted them.
No, he wanted to see to know if anyone has seen Rebel Ridge.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it. Has anybody else seen it?
Nope, never heard of it.
I've heard of it, yes, but
Rebel Ridge sounds like something I'd watch.
Yeah, I think it's more something like what you would.
Hey, I was born a rebel.
Is that maybe a Clint Eastwood movie or something like that?
Oh, wow.
I think you're right.
I'm guessing because I know it only with the original, with the German title.
Oh, wow. So do the Germans often call stuff rebel? That's cool.
No, I say it sounds for me like a Clint Eastwood movie in the original title.
Hacksaw Ridge, maybe you're thinking of?
That might
be. Rebel Ridge is a movie I've heard about.
I know, but the Clint Eastwood movie, I mean, you said it sounded like one. And
I thought it was Heartbreak Ridge.
Oh, Heartbreak, maybe, yeah.
No, I know. I know what it is. It's a new movie from
Netflix movie.
Yeah, seems like a Netflix movie from 2024. And that's
it wasn't on the list, Steve.
Yeah.
You got to get with Cub.
No, but that's the reason why I haven't seen it, because it's a new movie from 2024. And all the new movies suck. We know that. I don't waste my time on these ones, especially not the Netflix ones or whatever. Only the ones that run in the cinema or that we get that somebody recommends to us.
Right. Or if we happen to watch it.
Yeah.
And then we bring it up and Cub complains.
No, but this one is... no, but this
God
one
forbid, God forbid if there be a tornado.
No, but this one is with Don Johnson, by the way.
Sorry, Cub, it's Christmas and we're in a good mood.
This one is with Don Johnson, by the way.
The guy from the 80s TV show?
Yes, the guy from Miami Vice.
Miami Vice, that was it. Pastels.
Yeah, and we have heard. There's a long time we haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah, that's scary.
So he's back again on Netflix.
Miami Vice was actually a pretty good series.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we should probably move on, unless anybody has something else to say.
Oh, moving on.
Okay, anybody get to see Venom Last Dance? I was unable to because of various
No.
factors. What about
I
you, Kat?
did, unfortunately.
Yay!
I did,
Hey!
unfortunately.
Woohoo! You saved us, Kat.
Mm.
Let's
Okay,
hear
take
it,
it away,
Kat.
Kat.
God, I don't even remember much about it. I actually found it to be pretty boring.
Yes, that's
I went
true.
to the yeah, I was
Happy
really
bad,
tired
yeah,
anyway. I was
remember.
sick.
Uh-oh.
So we went to the theater and we watched it. And something about all these little Venom thingies, little monsters, whatever the fuck they are, I don't know. Sorry. And
Yes, who
Steve
have
likes it.
imprisoned their
different
boss, their
people have,
maker.
yeah,
They have
yeah,
imprisoned their maker here, Kull or Knall or something like Knall was his name, I think, or Knull or something like that.
yeah, that's it.
And
And
he wants to get free with the codex of Venom, because when Venom merged with here the human guy, what's his name?
I can't remember.
What's the
his
host
name, but I know who you're talking about.
of Venom? What's his name again? His host. The main actor.
Steve says he likes
Really?
it. Yeah, he might. Yes, Steve means the Rebel Ridge.
Oh, okay.
Movie.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. What's the name again from the main actor here in Venom?
I don't know. I can't remember. I
don't think I've
It's
seen.
not. I don't care about
the
these.
original Venom yet.
Eddie
I don't
Brock.
care about these stupid superhero
Eddie Brock.
movies. You know
Yes,
that?
Eddie Brock. When Venom merges with Eddie Brock and Eddie Brock gets killed, Venom makes that he doesn't die. But when he does that, he creates something in his codex or whatever, DNA, that is the thing that is urgently needed from this Knall guy. And he needs it to escape from his prison. That's the plot of Venom.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense, because we see that Venom is not the only symbiont who does that with his host.
Yeah.
At least in the movie, we see it 3 or 4 times with other people who get killed, but doesn't get killed because they have a symbiont around them.
Right.
So it doesn't make any sense to make to say that Venom is so special in the universe.
Yeah, not
right?
really.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the plot of the movie, and at the end, Venom dies by saving his host, but he doesn't really die, because we know, thanks to an end credit scene, that something of Venom has survived. Yeah. Yeah.
So you didn't like the movie, Kat? Overall, your impression unfavorable?
I don't know. It was kind of all over the place for me, and I just kind of got bored with it, and my attention was all over the place. Other than that, I think.
I find these superhero movies I find them boring.
This family this guy that goes with his whole family to a military area to bring them in
That didn't
danger.
even make sense.
Oh, it made sense. So Venom had people to save or not?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, that was the only reason why they were there or not. Because that Venom can save people.
Right.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So he sees this military area. He sees the danger, and what does he do? He goes with his family up to this building, brings them even more in danger.
I know.
His kids. Yeah, it was so bad. Really.
Yeah.
And
So I guess
also,
we should-
Venom, he discovers that he can just be tracked when he becomes Venom. So as Eddie
Yeah.
Brock, he can't be tracked And what does he do? He goes to Las Vegas, and then he turns into Venom to make a dance number.
Yep.
That he can be tracked. So yeah, didn't make any sense.
It really didn't.
0 cents.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah. If
What were
somebody
you saying about superhero movies in general there, Greg?
I find them pretty boring, and like you say, the Venom series, I agree. It just seems like it's all over the place. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's a Spider-Man villain without Spider-Man. So to me, I think it's pretty lame. Steve says he likes the first one and the second one. I haven't seen the third one yet, but it's definitely nothing like the comic books. A lot of comedy. So.
Yeah, because the first and the second one are also nothing like the comic book.
Right.
They are already nothing like the comic book. They have nothing to do with the comic book.
See, that's what got me when all this did whatever it did, and it wasn't about Spider-Man universe anymore. And I'm like, well, what the hell is this shit?
What really doesn't make any sense is that Venom is together with Eddie Brock for reasons in the movie. Because in the comics, there was a reason for that. Because they both hated Spider-Man. So the hate against Spider-Man was why they joined together.
Exactly.
And in the movie, they just say, yeah, Eddie, you are the only one I can survive, and you are the only one that is compatible, where I can use as a host without killing him or something like that. But why? Why? What is so special with Eddie? I don't understand it. They have to come up with a stupid reason.
I thought in the comic book, wasn't he kind of an asshole?
Yes, he was kind of, but it was not that Venom couldn't survive with another host. It was that they both had the same goal. They both hated Spider-Man, and so this host wasn't against to be possessed by Venom.
Right. Well, that makes all the difference.
It does.
Yes, and in the movie they give us the reason that Venom can just survive with this host for reasons, because that's how it is. He and Eddie for reasons. Yeah, and he can't take another host and they don't say why. They don't say why other hosts wouldn't survive when.
Yeah, so you're looking for like a physiological reason where he has to be able to a DNA match or something like that.
Some reason.
Right.
I don't care for what reason, but at least they have to come.
Oh my
up
God!
with
If it was
some
a bad reason, you'd complain. I know you.
Yeah,
but
you don't care, but you care.
No, but at least we would have a reason. But this is really lazy. Just saying it is just like it is, and that's it. That's nothing. Sorry.
Well,
I
guess
rather
maybe
lazy writing.
Kraven the Hunter is the next one. It's another show that's a non-Spider-Man related Spider-Man show, or I don't know how you say it, but we might as well go to that next. It's on the list. Anybody get to see Kraven the Hunter? I think you did, Bazzil, right?
No.
What about you, Kat?
No.
Okay. So why don't you explain it for us, Cub?
Yes, but Greg, have you seen Kraven the Hunter?
No.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So it's another Cup solo again.
It is.
Yeah, Kraven is the 5th movie in the Sony Spider-Man less Sony verse, and Kraven was so poorly received that they showed it for free at the Comic-Con in Brazil, and the comic fans didn't show up.
Damn.
Wow.
And so they announced the end of the Spider-Man free Sonyverse even a week before the official start of Venom in cinemas. They even put the first 9 minutes of the movie for free on YouTube.
Wow.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, they put the first 9 minutes of the movie for free to get people at least a little bit excited for it. But even that failed, and so the movie performed at the box office even worse than Madame Web, because Madame Web made in the first weekend in the US 13 million, 15 million, and Venom made only 11 million in
Damn.
the first weekend, and
That's
so it even pushed Madame Web from the last place. Now it's the worst performing movie in the whole Sony-verse from all Sony.
It did worse than Madame Web. Did you say that?
Yes, it even did worse. And what I've heard, Madame Web made I think 100 million or something like that at the box office, and was a big flop, still a big flop. But Craven is now worldwide at 56 million or something like that, and it's shortly before it's over. So they can be lucky if they reach 80 million worldwide or something like that. Yeah. And to say something, what it's Craven about? It's about a son of a hunter who goes on a hunt with his father, and his mother died a few years ago in an insane asylum or something like that, probably because of the father, because the father is a crime lord. And on the hunt, he goes hunting with his both sons, and Craven gets he gets
mauled by a lion, right?
Yeah, mauled by
and
a lion.
The lion's blood gets. I saw a little bit of it, but it was all breaking up because of the.
No. The trailer shows this. Shows it wrong, because when you see the trailer suggests that the lion's blood is responsible for his transformation.
That's what it looked
but
like.
in reality, it's not, because many scenes of the trailer don't appear in the movie. By the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate when they do that.
Yes, because the movie was re-edited. It was already finished
Multiple times, probably.
2 years ago. It should come out last year in January.
Oh.
And it came out this year in December. So it's 2 years from it was already finished. But during this time, they re-edited it also several times, and giving a new start date every time. And thanks to this re-edits, now it's a complete mess. And scenes from the trailer don't appear in the movie, or in a different way, and things like that. So there's this Calypso girl. She's the granddaughter of a witch or something like that, and she gets from her grandmother a serum for reasons. Her grandmother tells her, when you need it or something like that, or when you have to use it. And so she goes out into the wilderness, walking, and stumbles over this boy that gets eaten by the lion. And for reasons, the lion goes away, and she drops this serum, whatever, into the mouth of the boy. And then the boy gets to the hospital, and in the hospital he dies. And when he wakes up, we have now Craven with his superpowers. He has now animal powers or whatever.
And he's angry at his father, I assume.
Yes, he's angry at his father and leaves his family and goes to Russia and lives in the house of his mother, because his dead mother, she has a house in Russia, and he lives there. And then we get 15 years later. And now 15 years later, he's hunting bad guys from a list. He's hunting crime lords and bad guys and so on. He's a superhero, kind of. And but when a bad guy turns up, who's called the Rhino, and wants to get the position of his father, he abducts his little brother, And so Craven tracks Calypso, who's now a lawyer in London or something like that, because he needs her help to track down his brother. But he's called Craven the Hunter because he is the master in tracking down criminals. So why the hell does he need the help of a lawyer for something?
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just how the story goes. And so he frees his brother, and
Maybe his lawyer is his dope dealer and he brings him gummies.
no, he
Hey, that would be a good one.
You asked why.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Oh Lord.
no, so
There you go.
he frees his brother, and by the way, gets killed from the henchman of Rhino. He's called the Foreigner. It's a made-up character. It's not from the comic books. Who can hypnotize his victims, and then they're hypnotized for a few seconds, and then he can go around them and stab them or shoot them or something like that. That's his superpowers, and he does that with Craven. And shortly before Craven gets killed from him, Calypso shows up out of nowhere in the wilderness and shoots him through the eye. And then he gives Venom, and then he gives Craven again this serum whatsoever, and saves him a second time, saves his life. So Craven is completely helpless without Calypso. He constantly gets killed and needs to be resurrected from her, kind of. Yeah.
Hey, a girlfriend like that's very helpful.
Yeah,
But
and
Wonder Woman is always having to rescue her boyfriend out of like pits and stuff. So there you go.
but she's not his girlfriend.
Well, then
That's
she's
all.
really helpful.
She's just there for reasons, for the script that things can happen. And so he finds out that his father was behind this whole Rhino thing, and because his father gave to the Rhino Craven's name and location, because till then Craven the Hunter was just a myth. Nobody has ever seen him. Just like the killer, he was this invisible myth that kills criminals or whatever. And so he kills his father, but now his brother has turned into the chameleon and takes over for the father. And that's from the comics, by the way. His brother is really the chameleon in the comic books, but it's not like we have seen in the movie. The movie story is kind of completely made up. And also in the comic books, Craven is the bad guy. He's not a superhero. He has superpowers, yes, but he's not a hero in the comics, and not even an anti-hero. Sometimes he teams up, but more in the newer ones, in the newer issues, he teams up with other superheroes against a bigger threat. And also he has a code of honor. His code of honor is fair hunt. So he likes to hunt his victims with bare hands, not with weapons, things like that.
How in the world do you know all this stuff?
Well, when he said bare hands, I thought like bear, like raw.
Like a bear?
Yes. No, he uses a bear to kill his father, and he doesn't kill his father. He just takes the bullet
bear
out.
claws?
No, he takes the bullet. He takes the bullets out of his gun, so that the father can't defend himself when the bear attacks.
Oh, you
him.
always check your ammo when you get a weapon. You've got to make sure it's loaded.
No, he sneaks up. He goes, visits him, and distracts him, and steals the bullets without his father noticing.
Yeah, you're not stealing my freaking bullet without me noticing.
That's
nobody
right.
notices. Even the audience, nobody notices. We just assume that he has done that because we see the scene and we don't see him doing that. We just have to assume that he did.
It seems a little unbelievable to me, but okay.
Yeah, it makes no sense. but that's how he kills his father, and
It leaves him defenseless or something, right?
yeah, he leads the defenders against the bear, and but that's the movie, and but of course the movie is bad, but it's the best of all these Spider-Man free Sonyverse movies.
Oh wow, that's a
Yes.
pretty high recommendation from Cub.
Because it has one thing for it going, which all the others don't. It's hell of entertaining.
That's something. It's entertaining.
Yes,
What?
it is stupid, over the top, and it doesn't make any sense. But at least it's entertaining. I've
been telling you this stuff for years. I've never heard you say that. That's amazing.
No, and the crazy thing is, everybody is making is saying that this is the worst and blah blah blah, and they even saying that it's worse than Madame Web. That Madame Web is more entertaining because it's more stupid. But Madame Web is just boring. It's just boring to see these four women the whole time. See these four women running away from things. Who cares? And in Craven is an R-rated movie. You see some really really cool action, and as I said, you see
that sounds like almost a recommendation.
Yeah.
God.
I would watch Craven anytime over any of these other Snorfests, because if you take Venom or if you take Madame Web or Morbius or whatever, they are all boring as fuck. But I wasn't bored when I watched Craven.
Well, that's cool.
It was stupid, over the top, but I was entertained.
All right, you want to move on to the next one, or I guess nobody else saw this one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the next one is one I added, the Christmas movie, Fat Man with Mel Gibson. Has anybody seen this movie?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Kat?
Yes.
No, remember you told me it really wasn't worth watching?
Yeah, that's true.
There you go then.
What about
That's
you,
why
Cub?
it wasn't watched.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I watched the movie, of course, and oh man, they were so bad. It was so bad through most of the movie. It had the stupid military plot, and Santa Claus has to apparently now pay his elves and has overhead expenses, and the only way he can cover everything is by making military parts for one of our jets or something like that.
Yeah,
it's the most
one of the new fighter jets.
And he's got a little kid who he gave a lump of coal, and this little kid's a little snot who hires a hitman to come kill him. And the first 3/4 or 80% of the movie is just horrible. But you get to the end, and he has a battle with Santa. Now, I'm not going to spoil the movie, but I thought Mel Gibson somehow pulled this terrible movie out of the fire, and instead of being like one of the worst movies I ever saw, it's okay. It's a Christmas movie. It's okay.
Did it seem to you familiar?
I agree.
When you have watched it, did it seem to you familiar, as if you have seen parts of this movie already in another movie? But I'm just saying part of it.
It was so bad through most of it.
Here I'm talking about. Here, Greg. I'm talking about Scrooged. Can you remember in Scrooged when they watched one of the TV scenes that they watched was how Santa gets raided by a terrorist group and Lee Majors is saving him?
I completely forgot that. I haven't seen Scrooged in so long.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen it since 20 years or something like that.
Yeah, it's been probably 20 years.
Yeah, but I still remember this scene because the commercials in Scrooge, they were all brilliant. Scrooge is my, by the way, Scrooge is one of my favorite movies of all time.
We should have put it on the list for Christmas. You can talk about it if you want.
Yeah, and let's talk. Yeah, but we are talking about it. So
it is our Christmas stream.
So this movie from Richard Donner, Scrooged, is so brilliant masterpiece. that people don't get it really. They think it's a funny movie that makes a little bit fun of the Christmas Carol or whatever, but it isn't. It's a masterpiece, and you get that by rewatching it. Then you get all the little things in it that now, after 20 or 30 years, came true. By the way, many things that this movie predicted as ridiculous things on
like what
especially with these commercials, or when here the boss of Bill Murray tells him, "Did you know that that many of our audience are cats and dogs, that they are watching television the whole time, and so we should put some mice into the movie," and things, stupid things like that. No, I mean ridiculous, and also when they make this new TV spot for their Christmas special, and the TV spot gets so violent that an old woman died directly when she saw it on TV. She got a heart attack, and then they were celebrating that it was such a success, and he says, let's show it not every hour, let's show it every 30 minutes from now on, or something like that. This commercial that killed somebody because it was so successful. And but there are also other things, but I'm not talking especially about this commercial, about this Christmas movie where Santa Claus gets captured by a terrorist group, and Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man, has to save him. And this was exactly what it reminded me of, this Fat Man. I thought they took an idea from Scrooge.
Yeah, they may have taken that idea.
And they made 2 movies from it, by the way, because here, Red so-and-so, here, this other one we have on our list. Red One is the same.
Red One's not. Let's bring it up. What's Red One about?
Yeah, Red One is
Red One was actually pretty cool.
It's
hey,
about
it was.
I liked it. It's about the
Cat saw it. Okay.
It's about Santa being captured by terrorists.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's the second time where they stole the idea from Scrooge.
It was good. I'm surprised Ted liked that one.
Yeah,
we'll definitely move to that one next.
Yeah, but we're still at Fat Man.
Yeah, you know, it's a bad movie. It's sad through most of it. I wouldn't recommend it. But I think Mel Gibson was pretty good in it. You know, he saved the movie. It is a Christmas movie. It's not terrible. It's okay. It moved from one of the worst movies ever to okay with the ending. And I'm like, yeah, that it pulled it out of the fire, man.
Yeah, but was it so necessary to have again a mixed race couple there? It's Santa.
No, it wasn't necessary, and I couldn't. Again, I don't know what it is with these British actresses who I can't understand what they're saying sometimes. It's like they're not enunciating or something.
It's so damn choppy. It's hard to understand at times.
Yeah, and what I don't understand, if you want to do something like that, then go all the way. Then make a black Santa and make a black wife or whatever.
So Cub is saying that they should have put Mel Gibson in blackface.
Yes. Yeah, go all the way.
Yeah,
go all the way. Why? But
black wife, black kids, black everything.
What pisses me off, really pisses me off, is that you get these mixed, racial couples, whatever, the whole time. You get them the whole time in the advertising. You get them in the movies, in the TV series, everywhere. Even in Doctor Who. Can you remember in Doctor Who the scene when they enter the bedroom here from a couple in one of these hotels? And what was the couple? It was again a mixed racial couple, white guy and black woman or something like that. Again, They can't have a normal couple. They can't have it anymore. It has always to be this diversity crap, and I hate that. I can't stand that.
I don't mind diversity, but it just felt like it was jammed in there. You know,
Yes.
if
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
organic, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
But
It
don't
was
don't
shoved down
just,
your throat whether you liked it or not.
yeah, don't just force it in. And please
Right.
get people who I can understand what they're saying. I can't understand these British people who they promote. I don't know. Does anybody else have that problem? Are these people not enunciating correctly, or is it just me?
And
Yeah,
also,
I agree.
by the way, I want to ask you something. For me, that Santa has a wife or something like that is for me something new.
There's always been a
anyway.
Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, there is. Okay, you say there's also, and she's called Miss Kringle or something like that. So what?
Yeah.
There has to be then there has to be an origin for her or not. And
I
in
don't
this
know the origin.
No, but in this, there has to be first time when she appeared on screen or in stories or whatever.
It was probably in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something. I don't know.
Was it a year without Santa Claus?
Is that it?
I think that's it because they talk about he was an orphan, and he was left at the Kringle's
Is that the one
door,
where the
and
mayor's like a Burgermeister or something? Is it
fucking
set in
A.
Germany?
Yeah, that's it.
Right? So
Yep.
Cub should know about this.
Right?
Yeah,
Set in Germany.
But the thing is, she has probably an origin or something like that, and I'm pretty sure she was not portrayed as a black woman in that.
No, probably no.
No,
So this is
I'm sorry,
completely-
no.
So this is completely disrespectful to this story, I would say. I can't, why making these decisions? It's just to put it in your face, just never to show you again a normal couple, a white couple or a black couple or whatever. It has to be a mixed race for reasons in everything.
Well, that's the time we're living in, Cub.
Yep.
Yeah, but it doesn't reflect reality, even if they want it so
No,
urgently.
it doesn't. You're just noticing that.
Wow.
But that's the reason why they're doing it. They're saying it would reflect the society.
No,
better.
that's true. They're totally untrue with that. You know, if they weren't doing it all the time, then it would be fine.
Yes, I would never mind it. But so now I get it, because every movie I watched and every TV series, everything, even the Doctor Who one, I had always these mixed race couples in front of my eyes. And,
Would
and
you wanted to discuss Doctor Who? Do you want to bring that in now? The Doctor Who Christmas special? I wasn't able to see it, but maybe somebody else was.
Is that the one you guys were talking about you couldn't understand?
Okay, so Bazzil saw it. That's something. I don't know, Kat. I didn't see it. Cub just added it last night.
I watched it this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So Doctor Who Christmas special. Take it away, Kat.
I don't know what kind of abomination you burn into my eyeballs, but this wasn't any Doctor Who that I can really remember. This was one of the stupidest episodes I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's like this. When I started watching Doctor Who, it had some form of at least some form of a sci-fi element to it, and I get what they're trying to do, but it's not working. There was, well, what we've been talking about with other movies and stuff is well, it's not diversity. It's just like what you had said about it's forced. And when it's forced, it just kind of stands out, if that makes sense.
First off, Kat, I have to ask you, have you seen the last season of Doctor Who?
No, I haven't watched Doctor Who since Peter Capaldi.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Yeah.
probably the only one that has the context to this episode, because I have seen all Doctor Who till now. I also have seen this god awful last seasons, and I've seen this gay Doctor Who. So for context, that people know what we are talking about, since last season, the Doctor Who is now black and gay, and I'm saying that because it makes in every episode makes it clear that he is gay. It's mentioned in every episode since last season. And also you had one episode where he was even together with somebody else and was kissing on screen and scream and things like that. You had especially one super gay episode in these gay episodes from last season. And so this special is no it goes exactly in the same direction. The first thing that you see there is that when he enters a room, a hotel or whatever, and is kind of flirting with the guy that works there. Did you get that, Kat?
Yeah, I guess. No,
And
not kind of, sort of.
yeah, but it's implied that the guy is gay, and that and we know that Doctor Who is gay, and so yeah. As I said, since last season, that's why I'm giving the context here. And if you have this context, and you know, yeah, he's gay anyway, and then he's talking to this guy who comes off that gay, then you know, okay, he's flirting, and. Yeah, and then you have, and also, did you get that when this woman that writes the letter in the train, in the Orient Express, he tells her that her letter is awful, and she tells him especially that she's gay, that it's not for a him, it's for a her. So they have to make everyone gay in this TV series, and if people are not gay, they are just stupid or incompetent or whatever. And yeah, and what is this episode about? It's about a time hotel or something like that.
Yeah.
And there is a civilization that is in a suitcase, and it's a star that is going to explode or something like that, and creating a new solar system, a new star. And you have and they want to use this time hotel to get back in time for 65 million years. That they have, because this thing is created from a company that wants an energy source, an endless energy source.
Yeah.
But what doesn't make any sense is this is a weapons company, by the way. They especially say that we know it's an evil company. Yeah, it's a weapon company. And they don't care for people, that people get killed, and that the Earth would get killed if this new solar system would exist on Earth. But the solution for it at the end of the episode is that here this fat woman, she eats it or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
And what are you talking about?
Yeah, this fat woman, she eats this suitcase. What is in the suitcase? This new creation or whatever, and then she goes up into space.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then she becomes the Star of Bethlehem.
That make no sense.
Yeah, the star will rise. what's it? Star will bloom and the flesh will rise, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but they want to tell us that again, a woman did it first. It showed the three kings the way to Jesus by becoming the star of Bethlehem. Yeah. This was
definitely
the episode.
A stupid movie. Definitely a stupid show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really gave here a very short expression of this episode. It goes for an hour. There's, for example, he has to find out because this suitcase it goes to the rest of the people that are wearing it, and if you want to remove it, it would blow up, and so you have 15 seconds for a code that you can put in. But he doesn't have this code. And what's the solution in new Doctor Who? He is just waiting, and then in the last second, Doctor Who from the future comes in and gives him the number.
Yep.
And then takes the woman.
Grabs the girl and takes her away.
Yeah, grabs the girl and goes away. And tells him he gets the number if he goes through this journey for a year.
The long way around.
The long way around.
Well, you
but
have to
then
stay here and go through the
yeah,
loops, right?
and so we get 1 year that he stays in another hotel for 1 year and befriends there the woman that is working there, and then he doesn't get the number. He just shows up in the scene again and gives the number that he got from his future himself. But they never explain how he gets the number.
Right.
So this is the laziest writing ever. Kat, did you get how he got?
That's what
Kat,
it is.
you have seen it here, and Bazzil, you have seen it both. Have you got how he got the number?
No,
I didn't get that. I walked out of the room and then I came back in. I think I might have missed that part.
No,
but I don't remember anything about it.
No, you didn't miss anything because he doesn't get it. He stays for 1 year in this other hotel.
Right.
And then he just goes over to the room again and gives himself the number without any explanation where he got it.
That's crazy.
And then even the fat woman asks him, how did you get the number?
Oh, sorry.
And he tells her, and he tells her something like, it doesn't matter, or there is it's no explanation, or whatever. Something like that. He says to her, even she's asked him, where did you get the number?
Oh my God. Every time you say like fat woman, in my head, man, I get this visual of like freaking Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, but I mean this. I mean this girl here from the Doctor Who episode.
Well, it really has not much at all to do with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
No.
I never really cared for Doctor Who series at all.
I would say it was the worst Christmas special ever. And I've seen them all. I have even seen the new ones. This with Jodie Whittaker and the one where this stupid gay fuck came in. I have seen them all, and this is the worst. This is by far the worst, and this has also the worst ratings, by the way. It has even underperformed the last one. Yeah. Can't wait for the next season with no viewers. I'm probably the only one who is going to watch it because I'm reviewing it.
Well, you know, Brit movies are always lame.
Yeah, Doctor Who went
Really?
completely down the shitter. They completely destroyed this character.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I don't
forever.
see any way back for Doctor Who other than a complete reboot with totally different showrunners.
Right.
Yes, yes. And also, it's such a shame because since the 60s, this show is on air, and it's one of my all-time favorite shows, and it's really heartbreaking for all the hardcore Doctor Who fans.
Yeah.
My favorite Doctor Who was a curly-haired guy in the 70s. Was it Tom
Tom
Baker?
Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was my favorite.
Yeah, but
Do you have a favorite, Cub? Or are you filled with hate?
Sorry.
No, I don't. I don't know yet which is my favorite.
You don't know?
No, because
How long you've been watching it 40 years?
No, I only watched it since
yesterday.
Since the new Who since 2005. And I also know some of the old episodes, but I don't know them all. And so it wouldn't
wouldn't be
sense.
fair.
No, it wouldn't make sense to say this is my favorite Doctor because I haven't seen them all till now.
Well, you could say the favorite of the ones you have seen.
The favorite of the ones, for me, I liked all of them, even Capaldi. Till Capaldi, I liked them all. But I didn't mind. There is not one where I say he's the best or something like that. Because I thought all of them were pretty good. They had all their strengths and weaknesses. And there is not one of them where I say he was the better. I wouldn't say Eccleston was better than Smith or here like Jess. He can't stand this new ones. I think he especially hates Matt Smith and what was the name of the other one? But
I thought the best actor was Tom Baker.
Yeah, I have seen Tom Baker once also, but I haven't seen enough of Baker of Baker and the other ones that I can compare them to the new ones. And for me, the new ones are it's like with James Bond. When you have grown up, my first James Bond in the cinema was Live and Let Die. So for me, Roger Moore was James Bond, and I saw Connery afterwards. I discovered that Connery.
Yeah,
was
that's
also
the same
James
for
Bond.
me.
And there are people who would say Connery was the best and Roger Moore was a downgrade because he was funnier and has humor, and, which Connery was more serious. But for me, not. For me, both are James Bond. They are both. I can't say that one is better than the other.
Well, for me, my first Bond was, like you're saying, Roger Moore. But later, when I saw Sean Connery, I think he's a better James Bond. But it's part of it is the time frame, the 60s. It's a different time. But in the 70s, I don't think it would have worked as well. I think Roger Moore was the perfect Bond for the 70s. It's weird. They have different Bonds for different decades, and they seem to work well. Brosnan worked well in his decade. Yeah, so I don't know. That's my opinion on the Bond issue.
Yeah, and with Doctor Who, for me, Eccleston is the first Doctor Who. It's the first Doctor because it was my introduction to Doctor Who. And then when he, after one season, got exchanged with what was it, Smith who exchanged him, or who was after Eccleston? There was one between them.
David Tennant.
David Tennant, who was replaced by David Tennant. I had no problem with that, and David Tennant was for me as great as Eccleston, and for me it was completely natural. I didn't even, because for me it was the same guy. It was Doctor Who with another face,
right?
And I had no problem with that. And also when Matt Smith came in, And the only one that where I saw the first time kind of a change was here Capaldi, because that was the first old one. But till then, I already discovered the original Doctor Who here from the 60s and watched a few episodes from back then. So I kind of understood that this is the real incarnation of the Doctor, that he should be old and wise. So I had also no problem with Capaldi, but it really didn't help that the scripts went down the shitter back then with Capaldi, and that Capaldi had the worst scripts till then.
Really?
And also the companion, the gay companion and things like that, I hated that. I completely hated here this gay diverse woman whatsoever. It was just embarrassing. And of course, when Jodie Whittaker came in, I was completely out. For me, Doctor Who was dead in this moment.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's sad that Capaldi never got the chance to shine, because he would have been a great Doctor, maybe the greatest from the new ones, if he would got the chance. But he didn't. He had to work with such horrible scripts that were just embarrassing. It was such a bad writing. You have no idea if you haven't seen it. Are you still there, Greg? Because it got so quiet here. Hello?
I'm here. I don't know what happened to Greg.
Yeah, Greg, what's up? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. As I said, Kat, have you seen all of Doctor Who?
I've seen up into part of Capaldi's. After that, no.
But till Capaldi, you have seen New Who. You have seen the Eccleston era and the Tennant era and the Smith era.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so you are kind of in the same situation like me, because after Capaldi, it went down the shitter, and also with Capaldi, it already went down the shitter with his stupid scripts. Or
right.
didn't you think so?
Well, like I said, I didn't get to watch much of it, so I wouldn't be really giving it a fair try. But I can try to watch it.
Yeah, but Kat, didn't you recognize when he got this new female companion here, this black woman that has had especially every episode to tell the audience that she's gay?
Now you mentioned it, yeah.
That was distracting as hell, or not? Because the Doctor isn't supposed to be in love with his companion anyway.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if his companion is a woman or if it's a man. At most of the time,
yeah, that's very true, Cub.
It's a beautiful woman, and that's really because of the audience. Because that was
the Doctor is almost asexual, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and it was never a problem ever with Doctor Who. It was never a problem. It became just a problem when they especially had to make the companion more important than he is normally, because normally he's just the companion is the stand-in for the audience, and it's because the Doctor is supposed to be a god. He's supposed to be so powerful that normal people, that he can't really relate to normal beings.
That's a good point, Cub.
Yeah, and so the normal being is represented with the companion, and the companion is there to also remind the Doctor that most beings are just normal beings that don't live forever and don't have regenerations, and also have other problems. personal relationships and things like that. And that's what the companion was there for, because
that's true.
sometimes the doctor forgot that he is an all-powerful being, and so his decisions sometimes were that he didn't had that in mind, the small people or whatever, but they could really manage that well, not to put the main focus on the companion, but still make the companion relevant to the story, till they decided to bring the sexual element into the show.
Right.
Because if a companion is gay or not, I wouldn't even have recognized till now, till this moment, because it was never important, ever. It was
It's
never
not important now. It's only important to people who don't understand the show.
Yeah. So the really cool thing is, I have still all the old Doctor Who episodes, all of them in front of me to watch. So when everybody else has no Doctor Who anymore, since this gay one is going to be the last one, and after that they're going to cancel the show, probably forever, I'm going to go back, organizing all the original Doctor Who and watching them in the right order, taking my time for it, and going to enjoy and discover Doctor Who a second time.
There you go.
Because I haven't seen
Well, that's a great plan.
Yeah.
Yes. The only one of the reasons why I didn't have done that till now is I don't have the time for it, because I'm not a Time Lord. I have constantly to remind the Doctor that I don't have a TARDIS, can go back to in time and watch these long series, because it's the longest series ever made. People forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
so what did you think of the show, Kat? Did you have any other comments? And we hadn't heard from Bazzil.
No, it just sucked.
Okay. What did you think about it, Bazzil? Any other comments?
Yeah, I concur. It sucked. The whole thing.
Well, short and sweet, I guess.
Yeah.
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 The whole concept of the movie was stupid. You know, the time frame, or what is it, time dimension, bouncing from one time dimension to another, being
so
in a
you're saying
hotel
it's confusing and
time dimensions. That was really stupid.
Yeah, and also this time hotel. What was the premise of that? I didn't understand.
Right.
How did they earn money? How did they earn money with this idea to have behind every room a different time zone? And by the way, these rooms, they didn't make sense, because some of these rooms went into normal rooms.
Yeah, and you got this idiot Doctor Who bouncing around with latte, cheese snacks, and pumpkin latte.
But why did one
pumpkin latte?
Why did one Bazzil, explain that to me? Why did one door go to the Mount Everest, to the tent?
Explain that, Bazzil.
Yeah, then another one bounces onto a train. Then he breaks in, he opens the door. Cheese toasty, pumpkin latte. Nope, wrong room.
And this woman on the train, she had to tell him that she's gay for reasons. For reasons.
Back then, I don't think that would have happened anyway with somebody you really didn't know that well, for the simple fact people didn't look at things like that the way they do now then.
Yeah.
Yes. And
usually
also
people would
Kat.
This
keep
was
stuff like that to themselves.
This was supposed to be in the beginning of the 20th century, when the Orient, it was supposed to be the Orient Express. Especially back then, 100 years ago, nobody would ever say I'm gay or something like that.
No, God,
especially no woman ever.
Right.
To a man, by the way, because she had to assume that he is not gay.
Right.
Because
the women could get locked up in an insane asylum for saying something like that.
Very easily.
Yes, but a strange black man comes.
That's what they did.
But a strange black man comes to you in beginning of 20th century, and yes, you tell him as a woman, yeah, I'm gay. Yes, sure. That is
Getting
completely
thrown in
realistic.
an insane asylum or the poorhouse.
Yeah. Where they
Yeah.
basically made you work for nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but one of these
Till
doors,
you died.
one of these room doors from the hotel went to the tent here on the Mount Everest, where expedition to the Mount Everest. But why? Why? What? How can a door go
What was
there?
the point of that? Yeah, I know.
There is no door because they explained, oh, these doors, they go everywhere. When you have a room with a door that you can't open, because you have sometimes doors in rooms that are closed forever,
Right.
where the key is missing or something like that. And they said, yeah, these closed doors, they go to this hotel. But what's up with the tent on the Mount Everest?
Right, exactly.
Has that also a closed door in the tent or what? It doesn't make any sense.
Really
And also
didn't.
he's completely changing history with his actions. He steals from the Mount Everest expedition the equipment.
Rope. Yeah.
He steals the equipment, but Doctor Who is not supposed to interfere with time, with events in time, especially not such an important one, or not. I don't understand, really.
Yeah, I agree, Cub.
Yeah, it was just. Well, I could go on for hours, but
I know, that's cool.
How well
I'm
we
really
know.
enjoying it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
It's a
but
Christmas miracle.
Yes, but I have a really cool idea for our next stream.
Oh my God!
No, but really, to get me
This is scary.
to get me watching old Doctor Who, the original Doctor Who from the 1960s on.
Yeah.
We could review every time when we make a stream one season, if you would like to, so that we have 2 months to watch it, and we start with the first season of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah.
If it's available for us to watch, we can
Right.
watch at least some of the episodes.
I can tell you,
We're not completists. We're not going to watch
No,
every
no.
episode and go through them all.
No, the thing is that most of these episodes are lost. You have only
Right.
the audio tracks with stills. From
Yeah,
these
we're not going to do
very,
that.
very old ones.
That's right.
And
But we might be able to find some Tom Bakers or something. Maybe pick a episode from that time period and watch an individual episode.
no,
and
but
review
these,
that.
no, but these seasons, they are first off, they are very short.
I'm down for it.
These seasons are 5 parts or 6 parts or 7 parts, but they're all connected. These first seasons are in storylines that
Well, it sounds fun.
over 5 episodes or 4 episodes, and some of them, not all of them, but some of them are only available as audio tracks. But you have the set photos, because I started to watch them back then, and because
Yeah, if we could get some links to audio tracks, we could probably do that.
Yeah.
no, when you find them, you normally find them with these. You find them as videos where the video is. You have the audio track in the background playing, and you see, instead of seeing a movie,
Like an audio book with the stills,
yeah,
right?
yes, like an audiobook, you can watch it like that, but and not all of them, as I said. Not for example, I just give you an example. The first ones you get as normal episodes that you can watch, but then the second or third one or whatever, that is just this arc is just available 3-parter or 5-parter or whatever as in this stills form, and there are just a few in between like that.
I like this idea of us reviewing some older stuff instead of only doing the new stuff.
I just wanted to prepare you for that, if you would like to do that, because it would be great if we do it together. If we would together try to watch for next stream the first season of Doctor Who, the very first season.
We'll see.
All right.
If it's
That
available,
sounds
we'll
like
look
a
at it.
commitment from Bazzil.
I can
Yeah,
do
We'll
it.
see. I'm not going to commit to it, but
I can try.
We'll consider it.
If it sounds like something we can find easier than getting this brand new stuff, so that sounds great.
Yes, and you find it probably on YouTube or somewhere for free, for sure. And as I said,
Pluto
I'll
TV,
definitely
I
look
think.
at it, and I'll try to watch it.
it
It sounds like Cat's going to do it, and Bazzil might do it too. You never know.
Greg,
I will do it.
It would be it could be something that we could do next year, and as a kind of a tradition that we for every stream try to watch the next season of old Doctor Who, and at the end of the year we are Doctor Who experts also on the old stuff.
Yeah, right.
If there's anybody hanging out there in the chat that wants to try to get on to
and we have 2
leave a
months
message and we'll work it
for
in.
every season, so we have a kind of a tradition for next year that we can start with the next stream.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
it sounds like a good plan.
And I have a reason to watch them, because I try to watch them since 2005, because back then 2000 I started watching Doctor Who in 2008, and I started with these old ones, but I skipped them because of the stills, and because I didn't know Doctor Who till then. So when the stills episodes came up, it was too hard for me back then to watch it like that, but I had no context for Doctor Who at all. So then I skipped them and started with the 2005 ones, and became a fan. But afterwards, I never had the time to go back and rewatch the old ones. And so this is just something I wanted to do the whole time, but never got to it.
Well, it sounds like a plan. Let's move on to the next movie, I think.
Should be one of the last ones here. I think Red One.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of the list. Did anybody see Mufasa?
No.
I didn't either. What about you?
Nope.
Okay, so this one's a solo for Cub. Tell us about Mufasa Cub.
It sucks. It's the prequel to Lion King. It's a real life prequel. It's the story about the 2 brothers, Mufasa and Scar, before Scar became Scar, and we get how he got his scar and his name, and how the Lion King became the Lion King, the father of Simba.
And you're saying it sucks, not worth watching?
No, it's not worth watching, and it's destroyed at the box office in this moment from Sonic 3.
Yeah. All right, so the next one after that is Sonic 3. Has anybody seen that?
Nope.
We were going to go to the theater and see it, but just
man,
didn't get a chance to.
we were so close. So it's you again, Cub. What's Sonic 3 like?
So I'm the only one?
Yep. But it's
Sonic...
the last one. It's the last one that you're the only one. We have one left after that they have seen. So that's something.
So I'm not a Sonic fan, but I'm a fan of Jim Carrey. That's the only reason why I watched the Sonic movies. He's great in that, and he is also great in the third one. And the
so
third
basically, if you've seen the first 2, you've seen this third one. pretty good?
If you like the first two, you will like this one also.
Okay, that's
It's
what I meant.
exactly the same. The same story, the same structure, but this time you have even 2 times Jim Carrey because he plays himself and also his grandfather at
Oh,
the same
wow.
time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And
Yeah, Jim Carrey. I admit Jim Carrey is a great actor, but Sonic, I never got into any of the Sonic movies at all.
I just watched them to review them back then, but I didn't mind them because of Jim Carrey. Because Jim Carrey, I like him really, and he is really a saving grace in these movies. They're just worth a watch because of
I
him.
would call them silly movies, but fun movies. You know, popcorn
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, but
They're
I have
very
never played
good
the
for what they
games.
are.
I've never played the Sonic games. I have no clue which who
Really?
these characters are. No, I don't play games in general, so I don't have.
The Cub does play
Wow.
World War One games from the 80s.
Yeah, history line. And
Only
Defender
very
of the
old
Crown.
games.
Yeah, and Super Punch Out. Yeah, that's
Right. Okay, so let's move on to the very last movie of the stream, Red One. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw it. I liked it. It was
Okay,
great.
so yeah, Kat and Bazzil, y'all take it away.
I loved it.
Okay.
Wow.
Pretty much it's about Santa Claus and how he lives in basically it looks like Inner Earth to me. I guess
wow.
it's part of where the I've lost words, sorry. But the mythical creatures and lands are, and it shows how Santa's got a bodyguard and things like that. And he's got a talking bear, and wow, there's just so much cool stuff in it.
Wow.
And he gets kidnapped. And it's because this what was a little boy at one time, and he was bad then, so he was put on the naughty list to the
Along
4th
with
degree,
Cub.
I believe. And then now that he's an adult, he is the one that sold the codes or the location of the island where they took and went and got Santa Claus.
To the North Pole.
Yeah, mention that it is Captain America who is this little boy.
Right.
Yeah, it's the Captain America actor here. What's his name?
I have no clue.
I don't know either.
Wait a second. You don't know who plays Steve Rogers in the Avengers movies, the Captain America movies?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
This
I don't care.
This actor, he plays this little boy.
Yeah,
he's the
I
second
know who you
star.
mean.
Yeah, and
his name. He's not a great actor. His name escapes me.
Yeah, I know. That's the same with me. His name escaped me, but it's Captain America. I just want to mention
I can
that.
see his face, but I can't.
Right.
He's not in anything except Captain America, so not like he's a well-known actor.
Hey, he's also Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
that's true.
Chris Evans.
That's
Chris
it.
Evans. Yeah, Chris Evans.
Yay! Way to go, Kat.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you have Chris Evans and The Rock. So 2 guys I can't stand. That's why I can't stand the movie. So go on.
Oh yeah, their politics suck.
And they find out that he's been kidnapped by a witch. What was her name? How do you say it? Grilza. And
yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And then they go to they basically say that Santa Claus and Krampus are brothers, and they go to Krampus.
And the Rock is an elf. Don't forget that.
Yeah, he's an elf.
He's an elf with the powers of Ant-Man. He can make himself big and small, small and big. Yeah, but just in one size, so he can't not in between, just smaller, half of his height or something like that. That's his superpowers. Yeah,
That's it. And then they
the witch.
I can't remember. You take it over,
was the
Basil.
witch's
I'm
name?
done at this point.
Go for it, Basil. Take over.
Grizzle.
What was the witch's name? She's the one that stirred up all the trouble with Krampus.
Yes, she did.
She was actually Krampus's ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend or ex-wife.
Yeah.
Krampus was actually the brother of Santa. And he turned evil. And then Santa kicked him out. And he turned and created his own little world. And that's where the guy and the two guys got linked up together to try to save Christmas.
Here, where Black Adam and Captain America joined together.
Krampus prison. Yeah, they got stuck in the Krampus prison.
Yeah, it's easier when we just call them their real names. So Black Adam and Captain America team up to visit Krampus, and then they have a slap fight with it.
What was the Krampus slap?
Yeah.
Slap was Krampus slap or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
they had a
it.
game they would play, and then he would release him if he won the game of Krampus slap. Well, actually, Krampus slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah, but don't forget the Christmas message. You can win when you cheat.
Yeah. Whereas the witch actually got double crossed, and she actually got. Now, going back to the other movie we're talking about, this is where the globes come into play. Remember, she loaded up thousands upon thousands of these globes, these magical globes on his magical sleigh. And he is the only one that can make, Santa's the only one that makes the sleigh fly. Well, they thought for the longest that Santa was actually not on the island, that he had been kidnapped and taken away.
Yeah, because of his energy source.
He was stuck right there.
Basil, they need his energy source or whatever to make these globes in time.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's the reason. And also her plan is that naughty people should be punished by them putting them into the globe, into this globe. But we find out when these naughty people, when they regret what they have done, then they can escape the globe. Anyway, we find out that's a brilliant plan.
Now, she is unable to repent. She is unable to express regret. So she's locked in this globe forever. She's double crossed, and she gets locked into one of the globes forever. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but we won't get a part 2 anyway, because
kind of like the way Krampus ended, where they get trapped in the snow globe.
And that's normally they thought that Krampus would work with her together, which would have made sense because Krampus wanted to punish people, and that's why he separated with Santa.
Yeah.
And so they thought that he would normally.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He had his own ideas. Naughty kids, there ought to be a naughty list. He created the naughty list. Santa didn't like that idea.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, we had in there an interesting, entertaining movie, but what was very distracting was Black Adam and Captain America. They didn't have to be there at all. Especially The Rock was so awful. He's not an actor. He can't sell. You don't buy for just for context. He's supposed to work there since 900 years, and he goes. He wants to take a break, and on this day, this happens. And he's the head of security for Santa or something like that. Yeah. But he is not a guy that you buy that. He can't sell that. He can't sell that he's working there since 900.
He's not a serious person. You wouldn't hire somebody like that as a security expert.
Yeah, and also he wants to quit because he's disappointed from humanity. But this Nazi asshole who made advertisement for masks and vaccinations and so on, he is disappointed from humanity. He's an unbelievable in this character,
right?
Because he's the biggest piece of shit running around. He harmed so many people with his politics, with his advertising, the mask and the mandates and so on. And so they want to sell us this piece of shit as the good-hearted guy that is so disappointed from humanity, but humanity sucks because of people like him. That's the reason why humanity sucks. He's the reason for that. I don't buy him as good-hearted elf for a second. Sorry.
You're correct.
And Captain America sucks anyway. Not Captain America, but this actor, this
Fake Captain America, Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans. He's good in the part as Captain America, but just because he's playing, he's acting like a human
but he's
being.
a terrible person.
But he's a terrible person, even worse than Dwayne Johnson. So and also everything he's in bombs, besides of his superhero flicks, and also he's such a bad actor that now he has to come crawling back to Marvel and for the next movie and make and destroy his Captain America character, because he plays a different version of it, something like that. And we know what this means, like with Dr. Doom, like with Iron Man and Dr. Doom and so on. So they are destroying these characters completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, the movie was an okay movie. It wasn't terrible, but I agree.
Cat liked it. Cat recommended it.
Yeah, and as I said, I could have enjoyed it more with different actors, and also without this.
So you're mad at the actors. You're not mad at the movie.
Yeah, without stupid
both,
Rock
I guess.
and without Chris Evans, The Rock got $50 million for his appearance there.
Oh wow!
So instead of spending $50 million on stupid Rock, these $50 million you could have hired a real actor who could sell this part
and then put money into practical effects.
Yes, and put these $50 million into the movie.
Yeah, I agree with that. I haven't seen it, but that makes sense.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, this movie cost more than $200 million.
Man,
$200 million for what? For stupid actors like Chris Evans and The Rock. Why?
Are they gonna make that back? Well, maybe.
No.
No, they should have got. Hey, they should have got the $6 million man, Lee Majors,
right?
Save Santa.
Bum, 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 bum.
He would have been much cheaper and much.
We can rebuild it.
And much more believable. As somebody who has worked for Santa since 900 years, I would use an old actor for that, even to sell that. That we really believe that he is working there as an elf for 900 years.
Right.
Yeah. And also Chris Evans' part, it didn't have to be him. This could have been anybody to play somebody who who is a naughty boy, was a naughty boy from the get-go, and then has this redemption arc. You could have used anybody for that. Any actor. You don't have use somebody you have to pay $10 million or something like that. For what?
That's horrible.
Yeah. The only one that was really well cast was Santa himself here with what's his name?
I can't remember his name.
uh,
I'm not in front of my computer either. Give me a second.
here, what? He's a really good actor.
I know I've seen him in things before, but
I think Simmons or something like that is his name. Something with Simmons.
give me 2 seconds. It is J.K. Simmons.
All
Yeah.
right. Woohoo!
J.K.
Way to
Simmons.
go, Cat.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really good in that part, and also the other cast didn't mind. But as I said, the leads
He was in the Spider-Man movie you just reviewed recently, wasn't he?
Yeah, Spider Boy.
No,
Yes, J.K.
Spider-Man
Simmons.
2002.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. Yes, Jonah Jameson or not?
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh my God! So we had a crossover between Spider-Man, Black Adam, and Captain America
And Red One.
in Red One. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a superhero movie at the end. It was really a superhero movie.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this dude's done a few superhero movies or cartoons, because it said he's in Spider-Man No Way Home 2021 and Justice League 2017, and he was in Spider-Man 2 as well. So yeah.
Yeah, but he's a really good actor. I think in Justice League, wasn't he? He was probably the mayor or something like that. Or no, the police. Was he Gordon? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think he was.
Yeah. So I would say so much for Red One.
That's
is
the
there-
last one on the list.
Yeah, it's not the
That's
last
it.
one, Greg. I asked if somebody has seen Skeleton Crew or Dune.
No, I don't think we've seen those.
No.
So nobody has seen anything from these two series? Not even Skeleton Crew? It's Star Wars. It's
I
supposed to
saw
be Star
the
Wars.
Skeleton Crew, but I don't remember too much about it. It was so bad. It was so
Yeah.
bad. I just said screw it. I just
So
turned it off.
Bazzil has actually seen it, but he doesn't want to discuss it, Cub.
Yeah. Goonies in space.
It sucked. Overall, the movie sucked.
Yeah,
Another bad Disney series.
Bazzil probably has a big stack of Christmas cookies in front of him. He wants to get.
No, I can give short
Oh,
comment
okay. Let's hear it.
to both
Bring it on,
series.
Cub.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
First on Dune is supposed to be a prequel to this new Dune movie whatsoever. It's based on one of the sequel books.
And this is a series, right?
Yeah, but it's not based on one of Frank Herbert's books, because Frank Herbert just wrote the first 3 ones, the Dune trilogy, and the books that came after that, most of them are prequels from other writers like his son and other people, and there are 15 of them or 20 of them, and one of these books, a very new one from 2012, is called Prophecy. And it's about this sect of women here, this Bene Gesserit women. And it plays 10,000 years before Dune. And we know that they are failing with their experiments, and that in Dune you see the first time a positive result by accident here with this Paul character in the movie. So we know already that all what they are doing is going nowhere. That's the premise of the story. And so I've watched the first season watching them failing, because we know that they are failing with what they want to do, because we know it from the movie, which plays 10,000 years later. And we get a second season to see them even more failing. Because even if nobody's watched it besides me, I'm the only guy on this planet who has watched all 6 episodes. And I know that because every other channel I'm watching, every time you hear, yeah, I watched the first episode.
I'll drink a toast of the Cub.
Huh? What? No, they say when somebody asked them if they have seen the series, they say, yeah, watch the first episode, and then I didn't watch further. So I'm the only one who watched it through, which is kind of funny because I'm not even a fan. I had to watch it because I make a review on it. But it's really funny. I'm the last guy on whole YouTube or this whole planet who has seen it. And now they're making only for me exclusive a second season.
There you go.
I'm the only one who watched it.
Have a special.
Yeah, just for me. Yeah, it's because of that I have to push my review back.
Raise a toast with me for the Cub. Prost! Prost!
Yeah, Prost, but I say normally cheers. And for Skeleton Crew, it's also, by the way, as I said, it's awful boring. Everybody just stayed through the first episode. They go 1 hour every episode, and as I said, you see women doing stuff, men acting stupid and are incompetent as the usual woke stuff.
That's what Disney wants.
Woke girl boss stuff.
So that's not a recommendation.
No, that's not a recommendation. And for Skeleton Crew, it's the same thing. You see there also the usual girl boss stuff, just with kids. They try to sell it they try to appear like Explorers, Goonies in space. But Explorers is in space, but like Goonies in space. But it's not like Goonies. Because in Goonies, you have a group of friends. And I have now watched 5 episodes. And I can tell this is also a super woke SJW diversity fuck up, as usual. You have a girl boss who's constantly telling people what to do, is unsympathetic beyond belief, and the only boy in this series he's acting like a woman and crying and things like that. So because he wants to go home, so the girl is not crying, is not acting like a girl, but the guy, the boy, is acting like that. And also with their parents, you have also this diversity fuck up. They are all diverse. The only ones, or one of them has 2 mothers for reasons, and the only one that has normal parents is the elephant boy. But we know that only because they tell us, not because they look like elephants here, like these elephant creatures. And yeah, they're supposed to be a normal couple or something like that. Yeah,
that sounds terrible.
It is unwatchable, completely unwatchable. And as with Dune, I have to watch it because I want to make a review on it, and that's the only reason why I have seen it. Yeah. So
well,
so
it sounds
much.
like we dodged a bullet by missing it.
Yeah, but
yeah, we have.
but
Now we have another severe storm rolling in here.
Yeah.
Uh oh.
Hearing rumbling and thunder.
I'm probably about to
flashes
lose
and
power
lightning.
and internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say we are finished or not?
Yeah, we're done.
I believe we
Thanks,
are.
everybody. Thanks.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks everybody for joining.
Happy New
Kat,
Year.
it's good.
Merry
And-
Christmas,
good to
Happy
hear
New
you,
Year.
Kat.
Yeah, and as I said,
Happy New Year, all.
it would be
Take care.
great if you could manage for next time to watch
Doctor Who season 1. That's what we're going to try to do.
Who season. Let's see if we get that if we get that matched. That would be really great. It
In
would be the first.
in closing,
It'll
if
be
there's
easier
someone
for us
that-
to watch older stuff than this brand new stuff. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
if you're
tried.
hanging out on the chat with us, let us know. So maybe if you'd like to join the panel, we can try to work you in here.
Yeah,
Everything
good
you're
luck with
welcome.
that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So.
All right, all. Good night.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, and see you all next time.